Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of Awakening the Ancients. In the last episode, you guys finished saving the professor by disrupting a ritual that Durabar were performing in the basement of this lava forge. And then you, after rescuing him, found a coded letter, some ancient treasure that was left here a long time ago, and a portal to the plane of fire. And then you decided to rest because it would have been a long day.
Because we were all exhausted
and you were all about to die.
Nobody had any magic left.
Yeah. So we pick up at... it's hard to tell time here, but whenever you have had enough rest to awaken, you each one by one come to consciousness inside of Bellamir's bubble.
Magic tent?
Yeah, magic tent. It's cramped quarters because there are so many of you, but... it's protective of the flames that are surrounding you, and pervasively, at least. You all come to consciousness and gather your things up.
And
I think we leveled last time.
We leveled
level.
up, yeah.
If anybody has anything left to do,
I don't
do that.
I think I didn't get very. I just got Flash of Genius.
I also want to mention, that we got the fire, essence or whatever, so we could go back to that forge guy.
Yeah, we should go back on our way. But homie said he was gonna teleport us. I don't know.
I know, we gotta.
Yeah, speaking of, the professor, as the group is gathering up, says, "Let me know when you are ready to go, and I will begin the preparations to bring us back to the academy."
Okay, so we're not ready to go yet.
Like before. No.
Yeah.
That is exactly how he sounded before. He was slightly German.
Okay, so we should definitely go back and give the guy the fire salts or whatever.
We gotta get
fire
salts.
We gotta get out of here first.
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel.
Balaman.
God.
Well, we're on the big map,
12 fire
which
salts.
tells me, are we out in the wasteland again, or did we successfully escape, or is there more?
There's no reason to put you on the other map unless you do some other shit. So,
No.
right now, it's, as long as you are deciding to leave, we can proceed with fast travel and other things.
Okay.
So
Can we
wait,
fast travel
what
to
did we decide?
Balaman?
We were just gonna let the guy take it. I think throwing it into the fucking realm of fire would probably be the safest option.
I thought it was gonna explode
Yeah.
No.
into the fire, which would kill us.
No, you determined that it was not going to explode.
Right.
Yeah. It's
No, if
gonna
you throw it-
explode.
No,
That's the whole point of it.
no. I gave you information that there was a
It's not a time bomb.
no. There's a delay on it.
It's time-
I also said when I gave you the orb, it's a modification of the orb. It's not the actual thing, but it's a variation on it that allows it to be inert until activated.
Okay. I won't fight you anymore.
It's what I said. I would try. I gave it to you like 3 different ways last time. So no, it won't explode unless activated. And the professor is very adamant about taking it back to Laurenvale to turn into the magic authority there.
Right. Bellamir is all for it.
Crocker gives a thumbs up.
These things need to be studied.
Crackle is no longer foaming at the mouth.
Cry's not going in different directions.
Drooling.
Crackle's been mute for the last 30 minutes. Okay.
No, yeah, we should go drop off the fire salts.
Mm-hmm. Can he teleport us to the where outside Fort Embercross where we found that guy? Because he knows where he is.
Yeah, he met him.
Well, you know that he takes frequent trips into the wastelands. You know that the Academy has a teleportation circle, and so does Fort Embercross.
So, yes.
I mean, we can visit the fire giant on our way to Fort Embercross.
So if you can't teleport us away from here, then we'd have to make it back to Fort Embercross, right?
Yeah, but he's currently making preparations to teleport you.
Oh, good.
So he's working on it. He'll take you back to the Academy.
To the university.
But if you guys want to, I mean, you can talk to him and see if he'll take you to Embercross instead.
Because wasn't the fire giant just a short distance from the fort?
It was like less than a day's walk, right?
Yeah, it was right kind of outside the...
It was like...
Yeah, I had it like right in here somewhere. Right there.
It's right about at the base of this mountain here.
If,
it's about a day
if
away
Skeggy
from
wants to go
Embercross.
back, then the...
Skeggy's gonna talk to the professor, and he's gonna say, Professor. Oh god, so I need to get my Skeggy voice right. Professor. Oh, that's still not right. Whatever. He asked the professor.
Professor.
Do you think you could pretty please take us to Fort Embercross?
Hey.
Is there a way maybe you could take us to visit the fire giant across the way? We'd be ever so grateful.
What was his name again?
Professor Sylbrennus.
Did we get the fire? No.
You never got the fire giant's name? No. He was just like, stop bothering me. Bring me some shit if you want me to forge stuff for you, but leave me alone.
Yeah. I like that idea for Skeggy, though, because we're in almost his home. This is an area of the world that he's familiar with, and he saw some value in treating with the fire giant for something. So I'm willing to do that, even though the urgency would be to get this thing back to the Academy. So I'd say, I'll tell Skeggy, look, I'm willing to stay if you have business with the fire giant and you want to establish that, in return for your understanding that this has to go back to the Academy for study. It's going to be safe. Once it gets to the Academy, even if the worst thing happens, only the Academy is going to be harmed, and none of the people you care about are going to be hurt.
I have regained much of my magic power, but at the same time, I can only teleport so many times in a day before I am wiped out. And one of those trips needs to be to the capital city.
The capital city?
How many times can you pull?
A Selden?
I can make 3 trips, maybe 4, if I push.
Well,
Embercross, giant,
Embercross.
Selden.
But is the professor, Master? Are you willing to wait for us to conduct some business outside of Fort Embercross, or do you need to leave us there and we'll make our way back?
Friend.
If you have business to attend to, I can get you as close as I can, but then afterward I am going to immediately return to the Academy, and then off to Ethnalor to visit with the Archmage there.
Where's Ifnanlore?
Down south.
Scroll over to the right on the map. It's in the middle of Lorenvale Forest.
Ethnalore.
Ethnalor, yes. Capital city of the elves and seat of power for all of Lorenvale.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, are you from Scatamir?
Yeah.
Alright.
I sound disappointed. Are you from Scatamir? Oh.
Nobody's an elf.
No.
I like Tarzan throughout this entire place. I'm like surfing those vines.
You kind of are. You're kind of like a Tarzan jungle dwelling dude.
Yeah. Gal, if you will.
Swamp. I imagine like a North American swamp, not like I don't know, rainforest swamp.
Oh.
He said what I imagined.
But funny enough, actually, Tarzan was filmed in Florida in the swamp.
Tarzan was filmed in Florida?
Which
Yeah.
Tarzan?
The old
The animated Oh,
Yeah,
Black
the
and
animated
white.
the animated film was shot in Florida.
that's the one I'm referencing.
The land of cartoon characters, Florida.
Yeah.
That's why Disney World's there.
No, like the old Tarzan from like TV.
Like in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like, Brendan Fraser?
No,
Or no?
no, that's George of the Jungle.
That's Georgia the Jungle.
Oh, shit. My bad.
It's almost the same. It's not quite.
Never mind.
George.
Anyway.
Jungle, filmed in Florida.
Filmed in the Florida Keys.
Alright, anyway, let's go to the giant and get some cool weapons and armor.
Master, take us to Ember Cross if you can. And I don't know about the others, but I will meet you at the academy at my earliest convenience. But my friend Skeggy has some business to attend to before we leave the wastelands.
Very well. If that is your wish, then we shall be off. If everybody gather around. You see.
Hold hands.
Yeah, everybody hold hands.
Fast
You
travel
have
music.
8 seconds. You have to make this quick. He begins to draw a chalk circle.
Chalk.
Yeah, he has his things confiscated from him, but now he has them back.
Oh, yeah.
So he has his reagents that he needs to cast teleportation
He's a
circle.
professor.
He takes out a piece of chalk and he begins to draw a magical circle on the ground. And right before he finishes it, he says, "Everybody gather around. The portal's only open for a short period of time." And then once you are all gathered, he finishes the circle. The runes and the chalk around it flares to life, almost as if it's like glowing, like effervescent. And you feel a familiar pull on your stomach that almost makes you sick. And then, in a very short order, as you kind of rush through the portal, you are dropped once again into the bowels of Fort Embercross in a familiar room that you recognize from before. The dwarven guards on the inside greet the professor, who warned them beforehand that you guys are going to be showing up, and allow you to exit the chamber. At which point the professor says, "Well, this is where I leave you for now. Once you have concluded your business elsewhere, please do stop by Selden to see me. I may or may not be gone for a couple of days, but the journey should be long enough that I could be back in my offices by then."
My office hours are 3 to 5:30.
Right.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Read chapters 7 through 10 of Michelson for next time.
All
Okay, that's from
300
Indiana
All
Jones.
assignments are
Right.
due
That's from
at 11:59.
This orb belongs in a museum.
Master.
And this bomb belongs in a museum.
Bellamere says, "Master, can I have a word with you before you go?"
Of course.
I'm glad to see that you're well. I'm glad that we reached you in time. I just want you to know that I'm just very, very happy that this item is in your care, and I just had a quick question, if you don't mind.
By all means.
Is that Elf Professor Single?
No.
Yes, but I think that's not what you wanted to ask.
Is this going to be safe? You're bringing something very destructive back to the seat of all magical knowledge of the region. Please tell me that you're going to be safe and the Academy is going to be safe, because there's still time to try and think of a way to destroy it.
It will be destroyed in time, but there is much knowledge we can glean from this. The magics surrounding this object are complex and are of a nature that I myself alone could not decipher. I will need the assistance of the most powerful mages in this country. And to do that, I have to bring it to a place where they are. To the capital city. Plus, it is an obligation I have to report the activities going on here in the wastelands. I cannot leave this unturned. The nature of my academic studies has been superseded by this. It is a burden that all mages of a certain caliber bear to police and keep in check the wild magics of this world and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands.
Well, certainly I trust you, and if you say so, then I'll support you. If there's any additional assistance you need from me, please do not hesitate to send me a message. You know that I'll respond. And in parting, may the fortunes and the fates be with you, Master.
Father
Master, Father Sylbrennus, Monsignor.
Father Master.
Father Master Sylbrennus. Daddy Sylbrennus.
Daddy.
Sylbrennus.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah. Yes.
My dad.
Pop.
Well, dreamers' blessings to you and your party as well, Bellamere.
Bellamere will offer then a formal magic user bow in parting.
Boom, Professor Will.
Sort of a semi-ceremonial, formal bow. Like, our business is concluded. I'm leaving.
Cool. With that, the professor turns on his heel and returns back to the teleportation circle and is gone in short order.
Okay, I'll return to the group. I'm assuming we're planning on exiting to go speak to the fire giant.
Yup.
We gotta go see Oompa Fire Giant.
Right.
No, it's Daddy Fire Giant.
Uncle Kindling. Uncle Blacksmith over in the mountains.
Uncle Anvil.
Yeah, Uncle Anvil.
Grunkle.
Okay.
All right, let's go. What do we do?
Go get yourself an ale, Sylbrennus. You've earned it.
Does he toss him a coin?
No, he could buy his own.
Sylbrennus is teleported away at this point.
He didn't even hear it.
So yeah, you guys are free
let's
to
go talk to Fire Giant.
about the cabin.
Skeggy is beside himself with glee.
In my mind, that whole conversation making fun of him, calling him like daddy, that happened in game.
Yeah,
It all happened behind his back while the conversation was happening.
This is me like
After
whispering
teleported away,
to everybody.
The razzing happened.
The text is me whispering to everybody like.
Right. So, you have no problems exiting the gates. You get a couple of weird glares from the guards because you guys just passed through here like a week ago, and you didn't come back through the gate, and now you're back going the opposite direction again.
Did a little fucking deja vu.
Yeah, but their stance on people going into the wastelands is, hey, it's your funeral. We're here to keep stuff out of the rest of the country. But we can't, we're not going to stop you from going out and doing some crazy shit if you want to. So...
Did we get paid?
No, you haven't gotten paid yet.
The
professor just now 3 seconds ago returned to the academy, so...
Well, we're about to
not
get
gotten paid
paid by the goddamn giant.
Well, that's... I think this is a Skeggy thing. Bellamere is interested, but not, obviously,
I mean, yeah, it kind of is a Skeggy thing.
So, Bellamere's happy to support Skeggy if Skeggy has business, certainly in the land where he came from, Bellamere
It's an opportunity to learn anything about the giants who have been legendary smiths that he's read about.
Right, maybe you can get some extra smithing skills or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sure we know the way still, correct? To the entrance of the cave.
Yeah, he's not too far outside the thing. Like, you guys are... It's basically most of a day's journey through the canyon, just outside of the fort. So if you push yourselves, you'll get there by nightfall.
Okay, let's do that then.
Thank you all for coming with me and indulging my curiosity. I'm just so excited.
Yeah, can I tell Skeggy that I really really need armor so bad. I almost died. And I would like armor, and I know you're the best person for it. So can you give me advice? I am a druid, so I can't do like, I don't know, certain metals, I guess.
Metal, anything with iron or something. Or
Right, so I need some
Is that
advice.
still a thing?
I'm assuming so. I shouldn't do heavy armor, like.
Although
I don't
iron
think I
comes
could do
from
that.
the earth, so I don't know why a druid would. A
It's
fae doesn't like iron.
worked iron is a man-made thing. Iron like that doesn't naturally occur. You have to work it. It's man-made.
Yeah. So maybe there's something more organic that you
Yeah.
can get.
There's like bark armors and stuff you can get.
Yeah, there's.
Would alligator skin work?
Maybe if you can find
I
an
don't know if
alligator.
that'll
you
go
seen
against
Have you seen that
my.
Roman alligator or crocodile skin
No,
armor?
no, you're fine with like using
It would
stuff.
certainly
There is also. I'm just throwing it out there. There's wood that's like iron but is not iron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yield.
Oh,
and
like
iron.
the freaking door that we were trying to get through.
Yeah, like the door you were trying to get through.
Yeah,
Oh,
I want
am
that.
one of the best armorers around. I suppose I
Yeah.
could do something. We didn't take the wait. Those doors were that same shit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
God dang it! Well, we didn't know. I rolled so badly to determine what the fuck it was every time.
You know what? There's a reason for that, and it actually makes sense. But you have to do some research about it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. If we have to come back.
I think if I go back to the university, I think Skeggy would want to follow up on that because it was a very interesting material,
Yeah.
and he just likes to learn about this kind of stuff. It's not often we run into
True.
Yeah.
material that you
going back
have
when we
no
make
fucking clue what it is.
My armor class is 11, and I just
No,
need
I'm
help.
talking about
Please.
going back to Esseldon. The Seldon.
Oh, Selden. Oh, okay.
But
Well, you guys will have.
I mean,
to
maybe we could
decide.
ask the fire giant, but he's kind of touchy.
Well, let's do Fire Giant
Yeah.
because I sense that we may be parting ways for now because I intend to go back to the academy, which would include a visit to a Selden on business of my own.
I don't think we want to separate. So I think if you want to go, we all go.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
just mean
yeah.
when this is over, like the Fire Giant would pretty
We
much
don't-
end.
We don't get paid unless we go back to Seldon.
Oh, well, that's true. That's
Right.
True. Yeah, so we got to go back to a Selden anyway. Okay. Well, then I wanted to make a side trip to the academy.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the academy and
Yeah.
hopefully get some more knowledge about the things that we want, and then
This is clearly like
try to
where
buy
we're
some
going.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the direction we're going. Like this stuff is happening.
Yeah, we're gonna just go to the fire giant, see
Okay.
what happens, see if we can actually get maybe multiple stuff, not just for Skeggy, and then go
We'll
back
see.
to the academy.
We'll have to keep an eye out for better protection for Eris.
Yeah. Please.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
And then just
Okay, fire
to
giant.
clarify, the Sparrow has the circlet, right?
No.
Did it go?
I didn't want a spell. I gave it to one of the spellcasters.
Who'd we give it to?
It wasn't crackle.
I have Fireball already. It might have been me.
It was somebody.
I think it might. Do I have? Let me
It's
check.
probably
I want to
Bellarmine.
have another spell other than jump.
Let me see if I have anything written down.
Chin, you got me out again for the people.
The people.
Well, if I have it, I didn't write it down.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thanks.
It's a circlet of fire blasting, right?
It's just called a circlet of blasting.
Circuit of blasting. But I don't know. Do I know? I don't know if I never did a check on it or
Somebody did a check on it.
circlet of blasting, and that's the name of it.
Yeah, I think Skeggy did a check on it.
I identified the orb and nothing else.
No, the professor
And it was the
identified
professor
the
then.
circlet.
Oh, the professor.
Oh, here we go.
Identify as a ritual.
Circlet of
Was that
blasting.
a long rest, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think it did come to me because it was fire. And that.
Circle of blasting. I don't think it requires attunement either, so you should be good to go on that. Yeah,
Once a day, anyway.
You just have to wear it, and it's like a once a day scorching ray, +5 to hit with
Yeah.
the attacks. Okay, so you guys are having this conversation as you travel.
We're level 7 now? No,
Yeah.
6.
No, you're level 7.
7.
No, 7. We're 7.
Yeah, we're
I
7.
leveled up.
So you guys are traveling along this way, discussing things with the party, and eventually you find your way to the Forge of the Fire Giant once again. Where at this time of night, you can see the sun is dipping below the horizon. It's getting dark outside, and you can see the glow from inside the crack that serves as the cave entrance. Cautiously, I assume you are approaching the entrance and going inside. Where you see the giant is sat on the floor, eating some form of food, apparently for his dinner, as you are entering his space once again.
What's he eating?
Oh, giant, we come in peace. Great Forge Master, we have returned with your supplies.
Do you speak giant?
I
Nope.
speak giant. Remember,
Someone
I
had
had
to
to translate.
translate.
Oh, that's right. You have to translate.
All right, so Skeggy says all that, and Eris says, "What are you eating?"
Yeah.
Tell him I'm happy to see him.
Happy to see you.
Tell him.
Hello, old friend.
Wasn't there.
Okay, so what do I say?
Whatever you want. You're
What?
the translator.
You said what I said.
I said I translated it to him.
Oh, great Ford Master.
He barely pays you any attention. He appears to be eating some kind of soup from a bowl. He just says,
Forge Master.
he says, "I am eating."
I'm eating.
You want some fire salt in that? I'd say in giant.
We come to watch you perform miracles with steel.
Oh God.
Fire
Or
Daddy.
Dad.
chop off your fire.
He pauses like mid bite and looks at you for the first time since you've entered his space. He says, "If you have salts for trade, you can wait until I am done."
Crackle goes and
Okay.
sits down next to him while he's eating.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Bellamir's gonna go.
We're just gonna hang out.
He's gonna walk to the doorway and
Have a smoke.
actually, no, I think he's gonna kind of poke around the forge. Just walk along the walls and just see what there is to see.
He didn't like that, remember?
I know, but he's gonna do it anyway.
He
I'm sitting down on the ground.
he cautions you. He says, "Do not touch."
He says, "Do not touch, Bellamir."
I won't touch anything.
You may look,
Let him
but
finish
you
his
may
food.
not touch.
He says, "You may look but not touch." That ass.
Skeggy's admiring the size and quality of the anvil.
He finishes his bowl of whatever kind of soup he was eating, places it down next to him. The bowl itself is as tall as you are. If you got into it, it would be a pretty nice swimming pool.
A hot tub.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good sized swimming pool. And he brushes off his hands and stands up to his full height, looks down, says, "Show me what you have for trade."
Skeggy takes out. I don't know. Did I put it in my inventory? It was. What was the items that we got from those fucking elemental?
You had two
was-
fire elementals worth of elemental ashes. Elemental residue.
Elemental ashes. Here it is.
2 vials of elemental residue. He hands them.
He presents them up with his hands, reverently.
Giant. They're very small, but he takes his fingers and kind of pinches them together and places it in the palm of his hand. And it looks, for all intents and purposes, it looks like he's cupping like a speck of dirt, almost. With just the sheer size.
Probably not enough.
He looks at it and says, I can do one thing. And he takes it and he sprinkles it over the top of his forge, which immediately flares to life.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
Skeggy goes, woo!
I translate for him.
excited to watch such a master in act.
You have lit my forge for a day. You may ask one thing of me.
He says you can only have one thing.
Anything I want.
A weapon
Yeah.
or a piece of armor. Something simple.
He says a weapon or a piece of armor, something simple.
Simple. What
Or
is that?
if you like, I can inscribe a rune on something you already have.
Ooh.
Or he can inscribe
What
a
kind
rune.
of rune?
What kind of rune?
A simple rune.
Just a simple one.
Is there a simple rune section on the compendium
No?
and choose
Probably.
from?
Nope.
No. Skeggy's gonna ask if he can attune his gauntlets with a rune of fire.
I can. If that is what
Can?
you want.
Yes, he offers up his thunder gauntlets.
Okay. The giant takes them in his hands and moves over to a workbench and takes an implement, delicate in his hands, but large enough to be like a spear in yours, and begins to kind of chisel away at the gauntlets themselves. In very short order, he hands them back to you, and on each of the wrists of the gauntlets, leading up into the palm, there is a rune in giant inscribed on the inside. The rune, for Eris's purposes, simply reads fire.
This will get you 15% off your car insurance.
You can now grill steaks in your hand.
Yeah.
This
Sort
is
of.
good for 1 free oil change.
It's a coupon.
It's a coupon.
It's a giant coupon, so it's
It's a giant
made of
coupon.
stone.
Giant
He's-
savings.
He says, this will allow you to call upon the flames of my ancestors once per day.
Wow.
Sweet.
Once per day.
He takes back his gauntlets and he puts them on and he feels the heat and as he makes a fist. And he tells Eris to thank him graciously, and that we would return if we found any other environmental essence, or at least I would.
I translate it.
He says, the more you bring, the more I can do.
The more you bring, the more you can do.
Well, okay. What did we have? 2? Well, we had. How many
Skeggy says,
pieces
"Let's
did we
see
have?
the start of
Two
a-
elementals worth gave you a minor
elementals worth.
rune.
What does this rune do, Karen?
Once per day, you can cast Burning Hands at base level.
That's kind of dope.
It requires no attunement. It's
That's
just
my
inscribed on the gauntlet.
Very good.
At least it doesn't have to be attuned.
Okay, and Skeggy goes, I think we should leave just because this guy doesn't like to be bothered.
Respect.
We should probably camp outside the cave, though.
Alright. Sounds good. Nice to meet you, giant guy. Giant daddy, if you will.
He kind of grunts in response
Nice to
and
meet you, giant
returns
guy.
back to his forge.
Wait, what's your name?
He doesn't.
Oh,
He doesn't. He doesn't respond. He's like, our
Lame, I
business
want
is
to know what his
concluded.
name is.
He's like, our business is concluded.
I want to know what his name is. Lame. Okay.
Okay, so another long rest outside the cave.
Yep.
Till the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was gonna search Burning Hands.
This is a relatively safe spot to be. So there's no troubles to have during the night. Long rest is taken without issue, and you can continue what you were doing in the morning. You're not too far from. Well, I mean, you can go back to Fort Ambercross, but you're not too far from like the river. If you wanted to have a, I don't know, if you wanted to go a different way.
Yeah, we could
said our next call
go
was to
back
Selden,
into
right?
Fort Merrick area if we wanted.
Wait, didn't we want to go to a Selden though?
No, we got to get paid.
Sure.
We do gotta get paid though.
We can do that
I think we
first.
gotta go through Fort Ambercross.
It's easy enough to do. It takes you a day. It takes you several days, actually, of travel. I'm going to speed this through because there's not a whole lot that can really happen. So you're basically traveling from here, down the road here, to Shearbridge, and then north to Selden. Essentially, is how we're doing this. It's a 2-week journey. During which time, there's not a whole lot that's going on.
Right.
One thing that you notice as you're traveling on foot through Laurenvale this time is that the roads are very well they're very well maintained, very well taken care of. The people that you're meeting in along the way in their little homesteads, and the people that you interact with if you wish to at Shearbridge they have, they don't have the easiest life ever, but they are relatively happy with what they've got. They live in relative security, and there are a number of guards that you notice that are wearing a very different style of armor from what you're used to in the Concord. The guard presence in the Concord is typically, it's typical fare. They wear, light to medium armor. They carry spears and shields. It's very standard stuff. The guards in Laurenvale along the road is in Shearbridge, and as you arrive in Selden especially, are wearing very ornate but also functional armor with various motifs of nature and leaves and trees and stuff like that. They're very well funded. They're very well taken care of.
Guys, it's my time.
It's
I
my
heard
time to
leaves
shine.
and trees, and I said hello.
Yeah, there's a very distinct motif of nature about their armor and their regalia and their symbols and everything. The crest of Laurenvale is, after all, a massive tree. I think I have a picture of like the standard guards. I made the stat blocks for them a
It's the
couple days
land
ago.
of the elves here,
Yeah, absolutely.
or elvish influence.
Can I say hello?
If you want to see what the typical guard looks like, this is relatively
sisters.
close to what they've got.
Wait, where are you? Oh,
I put the
Where?
token just on the map
Shearbridge.
there.
I see.
So that's the token I have for them, but
Oh, that's dope.
I think I have the full art too. I'll put that in chat as well in the art section. Let me see if I can find it.
Right up
Review
the
How big are the
center
letters?
art.
What?
What?
Velocity guard. These guys. There you go.
I'll
Once we get into town, I'll be able to.
or gemstone to make blue again.
Oh, nice. They look like a bush.
A boosh.
A bush.
I'll say for those of you, I don't know who'd pay attention necessarily to the guards, except for the thief and the druid. So both of you, if you want to, make me perception checks.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Not persuasion.
What? I have really good perception. Not this time.
I'm just seeing if something catches your eye.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Every time.
Eris doesn't really notice this, but being accustomed to looking out for guards, Sparrow, you also notice there is when you get to Aseldon, there are a number of guards that are being led by one in particular who has far more ornate armor than the others. And you pick up on this right away, like, oh, he's a captain. And you see, generally speaking, his armor is far more ornate. Like the other rank and file are their own thing. But as far as like a captain would be concerned, that's closer to what they would look like. Sorry, I put it in general, but it should be
Oh,
alright.
damn, that's cool. That's kind of the vibe I want.
You notice that a lot of
like
the times the guard captains, the higher ranking people are elven. There are humans and elves that are among the rank and file, but mostly the captains are elven.
I say hello.
There is a
Hi.
very large there's a very large elven and half elven and human presence in Bournvale in general. You are not likely to find any other folk here.
Skeggy's inspecting their armor. Skeggy's inspecting their armor because he's never really seen them before, and he's kind of like looking at their bushy leaves, and he goes, "So, what are they? What are these?"
So what the what?
I hit Skeggy and be like, be polite.
You go up to a guard and ask him.
Your hand clinks off of his armor, and he
Yeah, it clinks
They grow
off,
on
yeah.
trees.
What? Are they
You gotta be
leaves or are
nicer.
they like plates of armor for protection?
Make a perception check.
They actual
Sorry, my neck is
leaves, or
Guys,
are
that's
they
the like head guard.
very?
Perception check.
Chill out. The feds are here.
Chill out the
The
feds here.
bed.
Wait, hold on. Let me make my perspective.
Oh
That's a 20.
yes.
Oh, shit, guys.
If Sparrow points this out to you, points out the captain, you take a look at their armor. It looks a lot like foliage. It's intended to. It's probably some form of camouflage or, covered thing that lets them blend into the forest, the natural greenery around them. But the leaves themselves of the armor are made of cloth. It's just styled to look like a leafy mantle.
Okay. It's a hide in the forest cloak.
Yeah. Maybe it may or may not have magical properties, you're not sure. With elves, it can be a touch and go sometimes, trying to determine whether stuff is magical or not. Just the way that they design stuff is like, oh, it's important, but maybe it's not. So,
Fascinating.
are you guys staying at an inn in Shearbridge when you get there? Just out of curiosity?
Yeah.
We can because of my which one is it? Liberate Legends dock worker rank. I can stay anywhere.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, well, read it off because it might not be anywhere.
Wait.
I would like to stay because I want to see where they got this armor, man.
Rank 1.
It seems like it was destiny.
You're like, I need armor, and then you see this, and you're like, oh, I need their armor.
Guys! Exactly.
Lodging near
Um,
the port or lodging near.
I
port
mean,
where
I'm not
train
saying
station work
independent contractor, but I am an independent contractor.
at. When do I level up my dock
God.
worker rank?
Oh my god.
I think.
Sorry.
Well, I think there's a way to do it.
I have to be promoted
You're
to
a stock
customs
clerk?
inspector
What?
by a dock worker of a higher station.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, go.
Be promoted to customs inspector by a dock worker of a higher station. Yeah, so you're gonna have to go do that.
Garrett, can I make my charisma check?
To draw employment to you?
Yeah. Just to see what's going on, see if there's any anything around, maybe.
Sure.
I do gotta start taking jobs to try to,
Yeah.
get
It's
to the
a-
next rank. So.
It's a DC 15 check to see if any work is around.
And it is intimidation. All right.
How do I whisper?
Intimidation.
/W space and then your message.
Woo.
In Roll20. Intimidation.
And that goes to you? Wait, that goes to you?
It goes to
That's
me.
one.
Wait, you got above it, right?
I think. Hold on.
Yeah, it's fine.
It says up top.
Yeah.
It would be /W space GM. And then your message.
/W space
Wants to get my next.
GM.
And then space and then message.
I'm a cell sorter.
There's not a lot of work to do here. Lorenville's relatively safe as a country, and they don't really have a whole lot of problems at the moment. They have been a country for centuries. They are the oldest country in the world, and they have a pretty good lockdown on how shit works here. So there's, especially in Shearbridge, quaint little village just outside of a major city. There's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to do it in every city. I want to just try to.
Yeah, sure. It's something that you definitely notice is like there's not a lot of like to-do jobs. There's shopkeepers looking for a stock boy for the weekend or whatever. That's as much as you got. There's no grand adventures to be had, no monsters to be slain. All that's pretty much taken care of.
So are we in Shearbridge or the big city?
I'm asking if you're staying in an inn in Shearbridge, you have to pay for it. So
We were just gonna stay the night, then move on to Esselden, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
we don't have to stay in Shearbridge. I'm just saying if you're staying at a place, you got to spend money to stay at the place.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you can camp
let's
in the
just
woods.
do
or
it
something.
I'd rather stay
After
at
the
Esselden,
waste.
but if it's nighttime,
I mean, but after the waste, I think we deserve a nice night in a quiet little town.
Yeah. I also
And
want
you
to
guys have been-
like what, a week of
You've
travel?
been on the road
Two-
roughing it
two.
for like almost 2 weeks straight. Well, more than 2 weeks straight, like 2.5 weeks. So
My
Okay.
friends, am I sensing that we want to stay here for the evening? Is that what we're not going to press on to a Selden?
Eris nods enthusiastically, and
Selden
she
is-
gives you the big puppy dog eyes.
Selden is
Well,
two days away
my
from
armor
Shearbridge.
here.
So
My friends, I
Look at my
will.
armor.
I'm afraid I will take my leave of you.
I
Tonight,
really need it.
Then I will. I've acquired separate apartments for the evening, and I'm going to retire being exhausted, and I have some studying to do. So if you don't mind, enjoy Sherbirds, and you all have a lovely evening, and I will see you in the morning. Bellarmere.
Lame.
Quickly and awkwardly walk away.
Okay, I would like to go buy armor, please. Thank you.
okay. There is a blacksmith in Shearbridge.
It's going to be 6,000
They
gold.
they don't make armor because there's not a whole lot of use for armor in quite quaint little Shearbridge.
I just have this
Um,
old set of lacquered wooden armor.
Yeah. However, once you arrive in Esselden, there are a number of craftsmen. Those craftsmen
okay.
who are
That's what I
able
was trying to tell
to
you.
Oh, I didn't know.
craft a bunch of shit. So I mean, we can skip over to Esselden. I just want to know if you're staying the night in Shearbridge and you're renting
Well-
apartments. It is 5 silver for a night. So take that off your inventories.
Yeah, no, that'd be nice.
All right, let's do it.
Now, when you arrive in Esselden, there is plenty to do. There are shops and
Yeah, that's what I want.
magical services galore. A lot of the people who stay at the academy have found some purchase here, making magic items or scribing scrolls or doing clerical work or anything a young apprentice wizard can do to start a business is a lot of what people have done in Esselden. It is very much a college town, There's a lot of people who are alumni around it, and it's kind of gentrified and kind of nice. There is there's obviously the college, but there's also a major cathedral here, dedicated to the Dreamer. And there are a number of shops and magical services that you can peruse at your leisure.
Okay.
As far as finding armor, you are able to do so. There is a leather working shop that you can go to get your armor made.
I'd rather wait at Esselden.
In a Selden, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now you're looking for what kind of armor specifically?
Like,
Just the
just
best light
better
armor you can find, or
stuff
you're looking for medium armor?
Stuff that's like not heavy and like probably on the lighter side.
What do you have
Druid
proficiency in?
Druid approved.
What do you have proficiency in as far as armor goes?
Medium armor and
Okay.
light armor.
A medium armor would probably be your best bet.
Yeah.
Armor. Let me Google the types of armor. I'm not as versed with medium. I know the maximum is half plate, but you don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They give you a whole roast chicken
So your options really are
to eat, Dad.
hide armor.
Wait, are we still in Sherbridge?
Just hide
No,
armor.
we've moved on to a Selden.
Oh, okay.
We're in
Never
Esselden
mind.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your options for medium armor that you can actually wear are hide armor, and that's pretty much it. Which will give you what is your modifier for dexterity?
0.
So it'll give you a 12 base armor class.
What? No.
You can't wear metal. I'm sorry. The other options
I
are like
know.
chainmail and scale, and a breastplate and half plate armor.
So it'll just give me 1 extra point of armor.
Yeah, if you buy hide, yes. As far as light armor is concerned, there is studded armor, which does the same thing, but it's considered light armor, and it has a better dexterity modifier option. The other thing also is you have to keep in mind that your armor class does not stay when you turn into an animal. So there's an option for that.
So like, if I were a bear.
If you're a bear, your armor melds into your new form, and you can't use your armor unless it's specially made to become armor for your transformed form.
Oh, Skeggy, can you do that?
That kind of thing
no.
is
I
a...
wouldn't buy anything till we get to Esselden.
You are in Elselden.
There's gonna be better. Okay.
We are.
I
Yes.
didn't realize.
There are options for that. It is fairly expensive to do, as far as making armor that can accommodate a druidic transformation, a wild shape. And on top of that, there are also options for using the other versions of medium armor that give better armor class that are made of what is called ironwood.
Yeah, ironwood.
Now we're talking.
That's what I want.
Ironwood is alchemically treated wood that is as effective as iron, but half the weight.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about that as a druid.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds good.
given that in mind, if you wanted like both of those things in one, you're asking for pretty bitch and druidic armor. It's going to be expensive. I don't know how much
Okay,
money
how
you have,
expensive?
but so it depends on what you want.
It's still a goal. It's like a goal to, well, we still have to collect our cash, right?
I'll give you the high end. The best armor you could possibly have for that kind of thing is half plate armor.
Half plate armor.
Half plate armor will give you a 15 in armor class by default. Plus whatever your dexterity modifier is, which is nothing, so you don't get anything from that. In order to make an ironwood set of that, it would be an additional 200 gold on top of its base price, and to make a transforming wild shape fit half plate barding, it would be another 500 gold.
Okay, so 700 gold plus
Plus its base
the
cost,
base
which
price?
is 750. So you're looking at 1450.
1450.
I'd do it.
If you have the money for it, you can
And I
you
can't
can order
do it. So
Now, you might also want to get paid and see what the reward is. I don't know. I can't remember what I wrote down, but I'm gonna look it up real quick to see what your reward is. We can do that, and then you can think about it. So I'm just giving you the base price.
Paid first.
Write that down somewhere so we don't forget it.
$14.50.
$14.50.
Can I haggle?
You could try, but let's do the reward first, so you know what you're working with,
Okay,
and then we'll see if that's feasible.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, perusing the shops, walking through a Selden, taking your time. Eventually, you do return to the college and ask to speak with the professor. Do you ask to speak with the professor or the headmaster?
The headmaster.
Well, the professor said he was going to go speak to the elves, so I don't know if he's in.
The headmaster said he was going to speak.
The headmaster hired us.
Yes.
Well, he was the headmaster.
He is the headmaster. The acting headmaster, who is professor, is Professor Ariador.
Yes. Yes, we want to go talk to Professor Ariador.
Okay. You go ahead and you are shown to Professor Ariador's chambers in his tower. He opens the door and says, "I have been waiting for your call. Welcome back. It seems you were successful after all. We cannot thank you enough for returning the headmaster safely to us."
He was in a dire spot, and I'm just glad we got there in time.
Yes, I am glad you were the one that responded to our call, Belemir.
So am I. Now, about our pay.
Yeah.
Of course. He walks over to a bag that he has sitting on a counter and opens it and reaches inside and pulls out a large trunk that should not be able to fit in that bag, places it on the table. He says, "The headmaster wanted you to have some items alongside the payment promised, so there are some extras in here for you as well."
Is the payment promised $14.50?
Excellent.
Is the payment promised $14.50?
He pushes the chest forward toward you, and you can open it as you wish. Okay. Inside is a pouch containing 200 platinum pieces.
For all of us?
Not each, just 200 total.
Yeah, so that's
2,000 gold total.
All right.
2,000 gold total, guys.
And there are a number of other items inside the box as well.
Ooh.
That you may pick through as you choose.
What's
there
in the
is
box?
There is what looks like a rod, a metal rod. There's two of those. There's two metal rods inside. There is a coin inside as well. A single coin that is inscribed with runic language. There is a special rope made of some kind of silky material that you can see when you hold it up to the light. It shimmers a little bit. There is a gold ring with the head of a boar at the top. And there are a set of boots and a robe with a bunch of different patches sewn onto the robe of different random things.
Can I have the robe?
Yeah, you can have the robe.
I would love the robe. If everyone else is okay with it.
What was everything before the ring?
Yeah.
There were two metal poles, metal rods. There was a coin with runic language inscribed on it. There's a rope that's made of a certain gossamer, silken material that glimmers in the light. And there's the ring. There is a pair of boots, and there is a robe with a bunch of patches of random shit on it.
I want to take the ring.
Well, wait, we don't know what these things are yet.
We get a choice of these?
There is also a letter inside for you as well.
Wait, do we get all of these things, or just one of these?
You get all of those things. All of those things are your payment.
I know. I
You
want
can divvy them up as you see
ring.
fit.
Why don't we thank the acting head, the professor, and take our payment somewhere where we can, out on the patio here, where we can enjoy a
Just
drink.
ask the magic wizard to tell us what it is.
We could.
What does the letter say?
Do I know what these things are from looking at it?
Skeggy's illiterate. Just kidding.
I'm gonna say no, but you can identify them
Okay.
if you have identify. Take some time.
I don't
to
have
identify.
identify. I have to take
Or
my
you can
own,
open the
but
letter.
Michael just
Maybe
told us
they
to look
tell
at
us
robe
in the
and that's why he
letter.
wants it.
Okay, I'll open the letter.
Okay. The letter is addressed to Bellamere and Company, and has several different pieces of paper inside of it. One is the actual letter itself. The others are 5 identical letters. There's 5 of you, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there's 5 of you. 5 identical letters that each go to one of you. It goes like each of you gets one. And there is inside a badge specifically for Bellamere, kind of a metal badge that is a badge of the symbol of the School of Evocation.
Like the Gale of Waterdeep.
The letter says, and I'll copy paste this so you can read it. To Bellamere and Company, words cannot express my gratitude for coming to my aid in a dire time of need. Perhaps these items might suffice. Included with your pay are several tools I've found useful throughout my excursions, as well as letters of endorsement on behalf of Imlor Academy and myself. May they serve you well wherever your travels take you. If the events at the Fortress of Lava are any indication, dark days lie ahead for all of us. Stay the course, adventurers. We shall have need of your tenacity and resolve soon enough. Dreamer's blessings to you all. May we meet again under less stressful circumstances. Signed, Professor Elviminar Sylbrennus, Headmaster, Imlor Academy.
Damn, good.
Elviminar.
Nice.
Sylbrennus.
Nice. Sylbrennus.
Elviminar. Me, my, mo, memimar.
El bippity boppity boo. Sylbrennus.
Bippity boppity boo, Sylbrennus is judging you.
There's your letter.
Okay, is there what? You said there's a letter for every one of us.
There's a
Addressed
letter
to
for every
everyone
one of you. Each
Okay.
letter is identical. They are letters of
Oh.
endorsement from the academy and signed by the headmaster that entitle the bearers to access private archives and libraries in all but the most secure facilities throughout Lorenvale and the Corellis Concord,
Yes.
Nice.
as well as providing some
Library
sway
card.
with alumni of the academy.
Also good.
Wow.
I am an alumni of the academy.
Also, I misspoke earlier.
I guess
It
we
is
have to
a
play
it
with
is
you
a
then.
sum of 200 platinum given to each of you. So you all get 200
shit.
platinum.
Okay.
200 platinum.
Platinum?
God damn.
Yes, with 2,000 gold each.
Oh wait,
Holy
each. So
shit.
200 platinum and
Yeah,
200
200 platinum
gold each.
I didn't read far
200
enough.
platinum
Yes.
and 200.
No. 200 platinum
That's the
each.
equivalent.
The equivalent
Platinum is
of
worth.
platinum is a 10 to 1 to gold, so it's 2,000 gold
Yeah.
equivalent.
Okay.
Oh, equivalent.
Equivalent. Okay. And 2,000 gold, not each, but total.
No. 200 platinum to each of you.
Yeah.
That is it.
1 gold equals 10.
all he-
Yeah.
All I'm saying is gold
It's
value.
So no gold.
2,000.
Just
No
that
gold.
was the
No
value.
gold.
Okay.
Yeah, 200
So
platinum
you
each.
understand how much money we just were given.
Got
So
it.
I can pay for my armor. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I'm really curious about this robe.
yeah,
I wanna
what are
figure
the
out this
items?
is.
Can we ask about the items?
So
There
Yeah.
is I'll say this. There are little tags attached to each of them, so you know what they are. One of them is a you can search each of these up. I don't know how many you can search up, so I have a couple of them that I can find easy. One of them is a collapsing pole. One of
the
them,
metal rods.
yeah, one of the rods is a collapsing pole. The other one is a pole of angling. One of them,
Gold angling.
Oh, that's for fucking Smellfoot for sure.
it's for fishing.
Pole of angling.
The coin is a coin of delving.
Oh.
The
What's
rope,
What's the ring?
the rope is a rope of climbing.
Clearly.
The ring is called a gold boar ring,
Mm-hmm.
which, if I open it up here, it should bring me to the item page, hopefully. It might not. It might be broken. Hold on.
No.
I think the link is broken. I'll try and find it. I think it's a Grim Hollow thing. The boots are boots of the vigilant. And the robe is a robe of useful items with a number of different patches on it.
Yeah.
That's
Robe of
definitely
useful items.
definitely
Crackle. There you go. I want the ring though. What's the ring?
The coin with runes.
Coin of delving.
Coin of delving.
Coin of delving.
That might be skeggy there. And the middle badge, the School of Evocation, is a badge of.
And then Bellamere specifically gets a what's it called? Badge of the Savant. A badge of the Savant. If it opens up here, hold on. I have to scroll down because it didn't open to the right thing.
That's fun.
BAD badge of the Savant it's a platinum book plate that can be magically affixed to a wizard's spellbook. Each badge features a design that represents a different school of magic.
Okay.
While the badge is attached to the cover of your spellbook, the gold and time you must spend to copy a spell of that badge's school of magic into your spellbook is halved. You can collect multiple of these plates and fit them onto the cover of your spellbook, allowing you to gain this benefit for multiple schools of magic at once.
Ah.
You can use an action to attach or remove a badge from a spellbook by expending a spell slot of an equal level to 1 plus the number of badges already on the book, to a maximum of 9.
Cool.
So in order to attach more badges, you have to be better at magic. Right now, you can only attach, I think, 3. You don't have 4th level spells, do you? Unless, you do have 4th level spells. You can get
have 4th level spells.
if you find them, you can get 3 additional badges and put them on your book. At the moment.
Okay.
Your badge specifically is for the evocation school.
What does the ring do?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah,
All right,
what's
hold
the
on.
ring do?
Hold on a second.
I've been looking
Look,
for it.
I gave myself a
Me
link,
neither.
and then the website that used the link is broken now, so I have to go find it. Give me a second.
I was trying to find it too. I really want to know what the boar's head
It's
means.
It's a fucking what do you
It's
call it?
someone's lunch meat.
No. I think it's a Grim Hollow item. I'm gonna look. I'll look for it. You guys do your stuff.
I have to write this down.
I have to pee.
But I'm gonna do this.
I also have to
Let me pause the recording. We'll take a break, and I'll see if I can fucking find it. Okay, restarting the thing. Here we go. So I found the items I was looking for. Gold boar ring. I will copy paste that for you. Put it in chat.
Boring.
Yeah, okay.
Boring.
Maybe our druid can turn into a wild boar without expending a spell slot.
Gold boar ring, made from the bristles of a gold maned boar, sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. This light shines even in areas where magic does not function normally, or where magical light would normally be suppressed, such as the ray darkness.
I would like that ring, please. I can't see in the dark, so.
Hey,
It does not require
Garrett,
attunement.
So
Woo.
Can I do
I'm
my
gonna give
rules?
you. No, I have the rules. I'm gonna give you the patches.
Oh, you have it. Okay.
And I'll just copy it and post it in chat as well. But actually, why don't I just copy the whole fucking thing and put it in chat? That'd be better. There. Okay. Robe of useful items: 4 potions of healing, 2 iron doors, a portable ram, a window, a silver coffer, a bag of 100 gold, 1 dagger, 1 bullseye lantern that's full and lit, a steel mirror, a 10-foot pole, 50 feet of rope, and a sack.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Nice. Okay.
And then boots
So
of the
that's
vigilant.
in the robe? Do you just like?
So I pull the patch off and it becomes one.
Yeah.
No, this is.
But then that's the only I can use so basically I can use each twice. Or for the potion, like 4 ones, 2 doors.
Each
portable
one is
ram
its
goes hard as
individual.
hell.
Each one is
So
its
it's-
individual patch. So there's 4 patches for potions of
If you
healing.
pull
Pull
a-
off one at a time.
Yeah.
If you pull the patch off, that's gone. It's
Yeah.
used. So
Yep.
then, when all the patches are gone, it just becomes a regular.
Just the robe. Yeah.
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 I like that for you though.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Boots of the Vigilant are uncommon magic items. You do not need to attune to them. While you wear these boots, you can sense impending danger. After you roll initiative, you can choose to roll a d8 and add it to your initiative roll once per day.
Nice. I like that. Okay.
I'll put that in chat as well. Copper coin I already did. Pole of angling you should be able to find. Collapsing pole you should be able to find. Rope of climbing you should be able to find.
Okay. Can I have the ring? Guys?
I kind of want the boots.
Yeah, I don't remember what the ring did.
The gold bore ring is
Steel mirror, a 10-foot pole. 50
It's
feet of
torchlight.
rope,
bright light.
It's 20 feet of
Yeah.
bright light, 20 feet of dim light,
Yeah.
and it shines even through magical darkness.
Yeah. I
So
like the boots. If no one else wants the boots.
What do the boots do again?
collapsing.
You can add a D8 to your initiative.
I don't need a collapsing pole.
Cool.
So do I put it in the items list, Garrett?
Yeah. Put in the
Don't
items
shit
list.
on the pole. The pole goes hard.
Eventually, I'm just saying, eventually, once you guys all get all the magic items, you guys are going to be decked out in magic items. I'm going to take all my enchantments back and use them on me. Eventually.
Oh yeah.
Because
Isn't it-
that's kind of how the class is supposed to be used. And I will be able to put it on each piece of my armor individually, like gauntlets, chest piece, helmet, boots.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah.
And then I can be a badass.
Garrett, I can't tell if this is real or not.
What?
I'll send it.
Point of delving.
I want to kick
What'd you say?
something's ass.
You're very
I sent
quiet,
it,
Kelsey.
I know that I can't tell if it's real or not.
There's a what the what? I can't tell if it's real.
I sent it to you.
Oh. It should. It's from the Book of Many Things. Yes, that is an item that exists.
And I have it.
Maybe. It's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be very expensive.
I kind of have like a decent amount of money right now. I feel like I might be able to afford it.
Well, the upper range of rare is where this is gonna sit for sure. This is gonna be like a lot of money,
How much money?
like 5K.
Ugh, I have 3, almost 4K.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
a
got
5K weapon if I've ever seen it.
eyes set on it for later.
Put that
Could
on
I-
layaway
Okay,
in my
so-
mind.
Could I locate a +2 hand crossbow?
Sure. Yeah, that would be a specialty item. Also be very expensive, but not as expensive as that thing. +2 crossbow would be somewhere in the range of probably 2,000, I would say.
Hell yeah. Okay. Wait, then what's a +3 crossbow?
like 10 or 12.
Okay, fine.
It's a very rare magic item. It starts at 10K.
I immediately give up all of my platinum to get a +2 hand crossbow.
Really? Fuck.
You need some bolts as well.
For 2K, you should throw in the bolts.
I have a fuck ton of bolts. So you can have all of my bolts. For some reason,
Now
on my
I
character
finally
sheet...
get to use my crossbow expert feat that I've had forever.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So, does anyone care about the collapsing pole?
Is it the fishing rod? Or is it different?
No, that's the other one. Collapsing pole is a 1-foot rod that expands to a long pole of like 8 feet tall, 8 feet long.
But think about the
illustration.
poking potential.
Yeah, I could, like, forge a spearhead onto it.
Okay, so do you want the collapsing pole?
Whoops.
Fuck it, why not?
All right. Does anybody object to Skeggy having the collapsing pole?
No, that's fun. It's okay, you just gotta randomly extend it and poke things with it.
It's a nice little surprise attack I could see. All right, the pole of angling is a full-sized pole that that transforms into a fishing rod and then back again to a pole. Anyone interested in that one? I mean, even if it's to store it at your bastion. Bellamere does not. I'm not interested in those. Does anyone care?
Sorry,
No.
fishing pole?
It's a full-size pole that transforms into a fishing pole and then back to a pole again.
I'm okay. I just want the boots.
Anybody else care about the pole of angling?
I mean, if no one else wants it, I'll take it. But like,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't use it as.
But Kelso's the fisher woman.
I was gonna say
Yeah, okay,
I
yeah,
wonder if
then-
I can.
If
Yes,
somebody
I would
fishes,
like it actually.
Bellamere has no longer any interest in fishing.
That is true. I will take the pole of angling.
Okay. Okay, Boots of the Vigilant. So I am interested in those. But Sparrow has like stealth, so getting a higher initiative might help her get into a position to snipe again, like she did.
That'd be pretty nice.
I like the Boots of Vigilant.
Multi-attack.
I mean, I like it only because I don't really have a very high modifier for my initiative rolls, but I'm also not the primary target usually. Does anybody else have any interest in the Boots of the Vigilant? It's a initiative buff.
I seem to always roll ones on it.
But can you wear those like inside your armor on your feet? How does
Yeah,
that
I
work?
don't think so. I don't think that's how it works.
I don't know if it has to be attuned. If it does, I'm out. I'm already attuned to everything.
No, they don't. I don't think they do.
Okay. So I mean, it might be tactically better for Sparrow to have it because she has the stealth, and then the boost in initiative could put her in a really good position right away in a battle.
I'm pretty sure none of those require attunement, if I'm not mistaken. I think I specifically looked for items that don't require attunement to give you.
So I'm interested for selfish reasons, just so that I can get more into the fight. But thinking out loud, Sparrow's kind of our stealthy sniper person. Unless anybody else wants Boots of the Vigilant. I don't know what I would do with initiative if I got it. I'd probably, cast some big distracting spell. But I can do that.
It would give you a better chance of not going after the enemies do.
That's also fair. The other thing is that I already tend to roll pretty high for my initiative. Maybe that's just luck. My initiative modifier is 5.2.
It's because you have a massive dexterity score. That's why.
Is it the Vigilant?
Initiative is based off of your
right?
dexterity.
No,
that's just with the flavor text. What it does is
okay.
it gives you a D8 to your initiative roll.
Yeah, I mean,
initiative.
I'm interested in those, but if somebody else has a better reason than just I want to be able to go before the bad guys do.
no, I took the one thing I wanted. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, me too.
If somebody else wants it, I mean, we can just roll for it or something. Eris wants the gold boar ring, the torchlight ring. Anybody have an issue there?
No.
Woo.
I have dark vision, so I don't care about it.
I think I do.
Yeah, I don't.
Coin
have
of
dark
delving.
vision.
If no one wants it, I'll take it.
I think Skeggy should have it since he's a gnome.
Kind of
Is it- We don't get it back though. That's the thing.
Unless you get down there.
Unless you go down there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
I think I'm nominating Skeggy for the coin of delving.
I'll take the coin of delving.
That leaves Boots of the Vigilant and Silky Rope of Climbing.
I think the rope should go with the coin.
What's the?
I think
That's a good point.
Those things are kind of meant to be together.
I need to look up the silky rope of time.
Skeggy's sort of our
It's just a
underground
rope of
guy,
climbing.
right? Does
Oh,
anybody
it's
else
just a
have
rope
any
of
kind of affinity for caves and caverns?
I
mean, give it to someone who has problems with athletics checks.
Oh, because it helps climb.
Yeah. If you have a
Oh,
bad
well.
athletic score, rope of climbing could be very helpful for you.
Oh, well, that might be me then.
I think
My athletics is -1. But
My dex isn't that bad though.
I'm not overly concerned about it. But
My dex is 14.
I work, so I'm pretty good at climbing.
Anybody have a lower than? Is it dex that you need for climbing?
Athletics is strength.
It is
I've got an 8
strength
for them.
normally.
Strength?
Yeah.
Then I need the rope of climbing, you guys, because I'm weak.
I'll take the boots then.
Okay. So Sparrow gets the boots and the pole of angling. And then I'll take the rope of climbing. So Skeggy has the collapsing pole and the coin of delving. And Sparrow has the pole of angling and the boots of the vigilant. Eris has the gold boar ring, and Crackle has the robe of useful items. Did I forget anything?
Collapsing
Thanks.
pole?
Yeah,
Did you do that
right.
one?
Let me just go buy my armor really fast, and then we're good to
Skeggy
go.
took the collapsing pole. I'm trying to make a weapon out of it. And I already put in my evocation badge. Okay, I think that was everything in the chest.
Awesome.
Cool.
On to the next step.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Garrett, can I just buy the armor really fast?
Sure. Now, what I'm going to say is this is a made-to-order item. They don't carry this shit around because there's not a lot of druids that come through town and buy shit from them. Druids live out in the wilds. They do their own fucking thing. They don't really live in cities. So, with that in mind, they're going to have to make it custom for you. So it's going to take some time.
Okay. Okay.
It's gonna take about for all of that. It's going to take about a month
Okay.
to enchant everything.
I'll come back to.
It's important
We'll have to
though.
swing back to Wrestleden then.
Okay.
If you want to pay a little bit extra, they can courier it to you.
Oh.
If you give them your
Not a
address.
bad take.
Yeah, that's probably the best. Can I haggle? Can I get free shipping?
Tell me what you want to say. We'll see if there's a chance.
I'll be like, look, guys. I could be anywhere, and I could give you my address, but I do need free shipping.
How often do you get an order of this magnitude in such a small town where not that many people are?
It's not a small town.
Really.
Yeah,
This is not a small town.
It'll be less of a hassle if I just.
This is one of the largest cities on the continent.
Oh right, forgot we moved to. Keep forgetting we moved over to a Selden.
As a delivery woman, can I help her haggle?
What do you want to say?
I'm gonna lean over real low. I'm already down pretty low, so I'm making them lean over to also talk to me, and I'm gonna say, I know you want this sale, and there's old Jimmy down the road. He wants to do this for half the price, but we're willing to pay you for it. If you toss in this delivery fee, then you got business, baby.
I also want to say that we did save the college, so yeah.
I should flash your badge that you got your fucking papers.
And
here you go.
I throw out my little paper and I say, and we didn't just save one of your biggest vendors. I got it. I mean, bada bing, bada boom.
Wow.
Sparrow has become a Goomba.
Now we changed up the accents, have we? All right. Go ahead and make one of you, either Sparrow or Eris, can make me a persuasion check.
Are you good with
Just
persuasion?
new accent mid-conversation.
Oh yeah, go for it.
I'm going to say no advantage, but the DC is lower because of your badges. 14.
Okay.
He says, "You know what? We can do that. That's fine.
Woo!
I'll give
Free
you
shipping?
I'll give you a discount on the shipping.
Discount. Okay.
It's an additional 100 gold. And not only that, I can ship it to you wherever you are."
Huh?
No, I asked for one roll.
All right. I was just curious. Okay. You said you could ship it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a lot of money right now.
So
Thank you.
1,500 gold total. In about a month, you'll have the item shipped directly to you wherever you are.
Okay, perfect. 1,500.
Yeah.
So
I paid 100 of that, I think.
You're like, perfect. I just need you to write your name here.
okay.
Sign away your life, and you're good.
Woo.
All right. So as far as anyone else's want to shop around a Selden, etc., etc.
I'm good right now.
Yeah, I think I did the most of my shopping.
Skeggy.
I see. It's hard because I don't know if there's anything that I could buy that would potentially speed up or could help with improving, maybe making my forge a little more efficient. Take that time of making plate armor down a little bit.
Okay. That's based on time spent, not necessarily money spent. I'm asking if you want to do anything in a Selden today, the day that you turned in your quest.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just not a lot of items that I know about that I really want. But maybe buying health potions or something.
I want to buy some health potions too.
Billimir, for all your recently garnered accolades, there's an era of like the dude that keeps going back to high school to hang out. If you're hanging around the academy, like there's just a bunch of students here. They don't really care. They don't really give a fuck. You got your little evocation badge, great, but also you're not even an alumni. You didn't graduate. So there's that. There's not a whole lot of people that can really care enough to take time out of their day. At least not at the moment. And
for reasons that will remain a mystery for now.
Well, there's also the fact that the events of the fortress have not reached any ears for a reason. There's some incredibly dangerous shit happening, and the students don't need to be made aware of that. At least as far as the faculty is concerned. It's not like they put a poster, it was like, Hero of the Academy. It's like, no.
Fine.
Now, if you want to shop around for other stuff in town, that's certainly a thing. What are you looking for specifically? Just any kind of selection of rings, because I can look for a selection of rings.
He wears. I'm saying this because I'm sure the party has noticed that he wears. He has 2 rings that he wears, which do absolutely nothing. For a wizard, that's a little odd. Either he's saving the magic for something, or there's nothing in the ring. So the truth is, he has 2 rings of slightly above average value that he wears to impress people. But since we just got paid, I think he'd like to replace one of the rings or augment it magically with something and create and to buy a magic item for himself.
Okay.
But nothing too remarkable. So I have a couple of ideas.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. There are a number of magical rings that can be purchased or commissioned here. Rings that help with spell casting, rings that will protect you better.
Well, give me a ballpark cost of a common versus uncommon ring.
Well, common ain't gonna do much. Common is like little tiny magical effects that aren't gonna do basically anything. Common rings are gonna be like something like 50 gold to 100 gold, something around there.
Okay.
An uncommon ring, depending on what the ring does, uncommon rings can vary between 500 and 1,000.
Uncommon.
Uncommon. And
Okay.
rare rings, which is probably like the lower end of rare is what you could probably afford right now, would range from somewhere between I would say like 2,000 and 5,000, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't know if
Depending
I
on
want
what
to
it
blow
does.
all the money on that. So I'm looking then basically for an uncommon ring,
Okay.
and I'm
Oh,
looking
I did
right
think
now.
of something that I wanted to buy.
Okay, hold that thought. Let's do Bellamere first. We're on him right now.
How about? Oh, it's rare. See, the problem is rare. I'm looking through rings right now. So can I? I'm literally shopping at the ring store. So you want to do Skeggy, and then I'll send it in chat. The ones I'm interested in.
Okay. So what did you want to do?
I'm shopping for common or uncommon rings that might not be too expensive, but it'll help me.
Okay. What does Skeggy want to do then?
I wanted to buy several gemstones worth 100 gold pieces each.
Kind of gemstones.
How many platinum is 1 gold?
Is 1
Or
gold?
sorry, how many gold is 1 platinum?
1 platinum is 10 gold.
Okay.
It's a 10 to 1 ratio.
So I think I want to spend 30 platinum on 3 gems.
Each worth 100 gold.
Yes.
Okay. Any specific type of gems you're looking for?
Not necessarily, no.
So you buying just like raw
Are you
gemstones?
doing it for spell usage?
It's like you're
Yes.
looking for spell components, right? So I'd say that's
Yeah,
probably fine.
It's for Boobat.
Yeah. So if it's a spell component thing you're looking for, then I mean, in a wizard college town, there's plenty of places that can source spell components. As far as gems go, those are expensive. Yeah, you can do that. I would say 300 gold is fine. You can get enough gems to do Boobat stuff. If it was like more expensive specific gems for like higher level casting, those might have to be special ordered at this place. So otherwise, the
Yeah,
college
nothing
kind of has claim on those.
I don't need a super ruby. But yeah, as far as like anything else, I'm looking through the magic items. Anything that's like uncommon is like gonna be expensive. Uncommon or higher, right?
Yeah. Well, uncommon. Yeah, uncommon starts at like 1,000 goldish, depending on what the item is. It's like 1,000 plus. And rares like 1,000 plus, or 2,000 plus. Excuse me. Uncommon's like between 500 and 1,000, depending on what you want to buy.
How much?
Uncommon's like between 500 and 1,000, depending on the item. Somewhere in that
Yeah.
range. It might be a little bit higher, depending on the item itself. Like the crossbow that Kelso sent me was nuts for a rare item, so I put it at the high end. But if it's just like a +1 sword or whatever, then probably not very expensive. Probably 500 to 750.
A fabulous gem. It's a fun one. It's a good one for a thief.
Ring of Mind shielding.
Gotta protect ourselves from the mind flares.
You never know. There are a number of things. They are around. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to look for?
I'm looking through the list of uncommon things real quick because you said that they were under 1,000 to 500, and I have that. So
Sure. Sure.
can you wear multiple rings?
Yes, but your attunement slots are what limits it.
Okay, cool.
Does it say in the description whether it requires it or not?
Yeah, it will say in the description of it whether it requires attunement or not.
Oh, I see that. Okay. Okay.
Propeller helm.
Propeller helm. I forgot about that.
Propeller helm.
Do you guys both get to the same place at the exact same time?
Did you find that as well?
Yeah.
He just said that. He just said propeller helm, and I laughed about it. And then you're like, "Ooh, look, propeller helm."
Propeller helm. Sounds so fucking ridiculous.
Am I already attuned as far as I can be? I think so, right?
I don't know. I don't know what you have. You have your spell book. I know that, but I don't know what else you got.
Oh, I got my focus. I have to be attuned to that, do I not?
I don't know. What kind of focus is it?
My my arcane focus.
Yeah, okay, but is it just a standard arcane focus, or is it a special
Yeah.
arcane focus?
No, it's not. It's standard.
Then no.
Then no. So I've got. I don't know what I don't remember whether I'm. How do I find out what items I'm attuned to?
You should have a list of it. Let me take a look and see what you got. You have your arcane grimoire is the only other thing I could see that's.
I have to be attuned to the grimoire.
And then maybe the eyes of the eagle. I don't know if those require attunement or not.
Well, I got the circlet of blasting. I don't know if that requires attunement.
I don't think it does. That should just be a compendium item, though. That and the eyes of the eagle. The circlet doesn't. I know the circlet doesn't. The eyes of the eagle might.
But the eyes of the eagle it's a tool. It's binoculars.
No, it's not. They're goggles.
Oh, they're goggles.
Yeah. Eyes of the eagle are goggles that you wear that increase your vision telescopically. They do not require attunement. Give you advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can see details to the extremely distant creatures or in objects as small as 2 feet across.
Right. Okay. So it doesn't look like I'm attuned to anything, but I thought I was.
Your grimoire is attunement, but other than that, I think that's it.
What about the ring that I gave you?
Yeah,
also
that was
his
my
ring.
next question.
Yeah, his ring I think is attunement as well.
And how many slots of attunement do I get?
3 total.
Certain amount.
3 total.
Yeah.
So I have 1 slot left then.
Yeah. Currently, yeah. Providing
So
that
I can look-
Skeggy gave you
look for
his
an
ring
item
back. People send me messages. I should have read those already.
No,
Oh,
I just
God.
sent you the new ones.
Ring of Water Walking, yeah, sure. And Truth Telling. Well, let's take a look. Truth Telling probably wouldn't be very expensive, I don't think. I think probably Truth Telling requires your attunement. I would give that to you for like 500. And then the water walking one I give you to for the same price, 500.
Oh yeah, I'll take both.
Sure.
Guys, I can walk on water now.
I am Halfling Jesus.
I
Beware.
Damn, I'm kind of accumulating some pretty like crazy capabilities.
Yeah, I don't see any items that to me. I think I'll just save the money.
Okay. Bellamere, do you have your list of rings you're done forming yet, or no?
Not exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move on. Let's say, where does the party go from here? Are you going back to your town? Are you going to go somewhere specifically? What are you doing?
Does it take a month to get back to our town?
Telling if people are alive.
It'll take a while. If you're taking the normal route, that's turn order. What am I doing? Brutal. I mean, if you're taking the river, if you're traveling through the river, it's going to take you the better part of a couple weeks.
Do we have anything specific we're really doing right now?
The other thing I also want, just for your own remembrance, you have 2 coded letters on you that may give you clues about things.
Yeah. Wait, look at
May not
that.
necessarily be done with the Shadow Smiths just yet. That's up to you guys. Whether you want to just let the authorities handle it. For the coded letters, I think there's someone who's familiar with coded language here.
Oh.
Oh. Ooh, is it me?
Yeah. Yes, the rogue. Yes.
Hello, it's me with all my language proficiencies. I'd like to look at the letter.
Oh, look, you're proficient in Thieves' Cant. How's that work? Great. All right, so let me pull up the letters real quick. Which one do you want to read first? There are 2.
The first one you look at.
The first letter you received that was written in code was on the bodies of the Shadowsteel ghouls. And the second one, that was while you were gone, so I don't know if you remember that part. But the second one was from the Lava Fortress.
I'll do Lava Fortress because it's more familiar to me.
Great.
Did we never decode the first one?
No.
It just said meet at a location.
You never decoded the first one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it seemed like an innocuous message, but upon closer inspection, it was definitely code. Here's the Dwarven one. It says, assembly of the other items is nearly complete. The smugglers we hired are well worth their coin. Finish your work quickly and return to Durabar. Our Lord's will must be enacted by winter's end, and our benefactor is due a demonstration. For a man of faith, he places little in us, but we will show him that the power we wield is no laughing matter when we flatten the Concord beneath our boots.
Ooh.
A man of faith. We're killing the Pope. Okay. And then I'll do the next one. I read that out loud for everyone. And then I go on to the next one.
So as a reminder, this is what the other letter said. It was addressed to Arlo. It said, a little bird told us about your mother's passing. What a tragedy. Grandfather is beside himself. He's sending one of your cousins to help make arrangements for the funeral at the end of the week. We'll all gather at Two Goats Pub after. Invite your friends over for the ale runs. Signed, SR.
Where's Two Goats Pub?
Well, here's the coded message. You've crossed us, and the boss is extremely unhappy. You and your crew have 1 week to get what you owe us, 2,000 gold in total. Your mother's life depends on your success. We're sending one of ours with you to make sure you don't screw up again. After that, you and your crew work for us. Signed, SR. Two Goats Pub is 2k GP, or 2,000 gold.
That was a letter on.
That was a letter on the body of a dead smuggler you found in the woods that was being eaten by Shadowsteel ghouls. Basically cursed undead that had been exposed to cursed metal.
Well, that doesn't bode well. Skeggy hears Durabar, and he's quite silent. He never thought that fate would call him back to this place. And he's a little scared. But there's one thing for certain, is that he feels empowered by the new friends he's made and their capability to do good, and perhaps it is time for him to confront his past. And he tells everyone, I know this door. This is where I was enslaved.
I want to hear you say it in your skeggy voice.
Bam.
We aren't in private, I don't think.
You're in the middle of a ring shop as Bellamir's agonizing over what to buy.
I sent you something.
Yeah. That's going to be the high end of uncommon for sure.
Agonizing.
Oh god. Oh shit. Yeah, that's quite the enchantment.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that one's like 1,500. It's gonna be more expensive than normal,
What?
just because of
ring
what
was
it does.
Okay. Sold.
You'll never know. You'll never know unless he tells you.
Bellamer, what ring?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather girl?
Would you like to know, male lady?
Did you say 1,500?
1,500. Yeah.
I have 500 gold if you need help affording it.
How the hell is that an uncommon item? That's insane.
So I'll pay in platinum.
Sure. It's 100
Which is,
150
150
platinum.
platinum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's pay in platinum, and I'll add the ring in. All you guys will notice is that one of the simple rings on his finger has been replaced with a very nice new ring.
Oh, that's up to you to determine whether or not it's visible.
Hey, nice ring. What is it?
Wait, let me put it in first.
Oh, it's up to... I know what ring it is then.
Yeah. I mean, if you're showing it, then I have an image, but...
If it's only an image and not a description, go for it.
Yeah, I can do that. Oops, wrong button. There.
Oh, is that the ring of mind shielding?
Okay.
That's...
Is that all you're getting, or are you looking at other stuff as well?
No, that's all I'm getting.
Great. Cool. So,
That's a crazy ring.
with letters decoded, and with potential doom on the horizon, what does the party want to do?
So wait, where are we going if we choose the letters then?
That's the question, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, the letters were found together, right?
No.
No.
They weren't.
They were found in two separate places. One of them was on the body of the dead people where you fought the Shadow Steel ghouls.
Oh yeah.
And the other one's found in the lava fortress you just left.
Lava Fortress was the top one, right? Smugglers we hired.
Yeah.
How much were we paid to get the Shadow Steel for that funkin' motherfucker? What's his name?
I don't know. It was a number of gold plus potions.
It was like 1,500.
It's like a total, though, wasn't it?
What was his name again?
Arminius.
Arminius. Fucking
Oh.
Arminius.
Could I also buy some health potions? We kind of needed that.
Yeah, sure.
How much are they?
Standard health potions are 50 gold apiece. Graders are they're uncommon, so 200 apiece.
Well, oh, could I send a letter to my, what's it called? Your
Your what?
homestead. What's it called?
Your bastion?
Bastion. I was gonna say my Barristan. Can I send a letter to my Bastion?
Your Bernstein Bears? Yeah, sure.
My Bernstein Bears. I'd like to tell them to change the unless someone else wants to do this. Change my poison garden to a health potion garden, which I think takes 20 something days.
Yeah, if you want to send a courier ahead, you certainly can.
I would like to do that.
How fast do you want it to get there? Do you want standard courier service, or do you want magical courier service?
Can I bargain with them?
No.
I go up to them and I say,
It's a flat rate. It's a flat rate box. There's no deal on stamps. No, if it's a standard courier, it'll take him however long it takes him to get from Selden to Dunloft from here, which is like, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. And that's 10 silver pieces or gold if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want a magical courier service, it can get there quicker. Depending on how quick you want it. If you want it instantaneously, it's going to be hundreds of gold. But if you want it like within a couple of days, it'll be less than that.
What's less than that?
Like 10 gold.
I'll pay 10 gold to get it there in a couple days.
Okay, so 10 gold. It'll take him about a week. Cut the time in half. That'll mean by the time you get there, they'll have like 4 days left until your poison garden is switched to something else.
Okay. I figured healing potions could be useful.
It might be. You don't have much in the way of healing at the moment, other than Eris.
Healing potions.
Yeah, I bought 3 graders myself.
How much did that cost?
Garrett said they were 200 apiece, so I bought 3.
Yeah. Greater healing potions are 200 apiece. Normal standard healing potions are 50.
That's why I'm having my garden do it, because we don't support capitalism in this favor.
Yeah, can I have
Even though you just spent fucking 2,000 gold on a crossbow.
I wanted my gun.
And it works.
This is a weird mix of political ideals. I want my gun, but I don't want to support the capitalism that made the gun.
How much is 2 greater healing potions?
Technically, it's a monarchy. Two graders would be 400 gold.
$400?
Yeah, it's 200 apiece.
How much was 3?
600.
600.
Oh. You guys said 600?
It's 2 times the number you want to buy.
Fuck.
Did you spend all your platinum?
No,
He
not
hasn't
yet.
spent like any platinum.
So 1. Okay, you guys told me the price of 1 when I asked how much the price of 3 was.
It's 200 gold per potion, times the number of potions you want to buy.
So 600.
So 40 silver, or sorry, 40 platinum.
Yes, for 2.
So 60 for 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna buy 2 greater healing potions.
And Crackle's got his 4 on his vest, on his robes. His 4 standards for free. Is Crackle looking at stuff to buy, by the way?
No, I want to save my money right now.
So also financially responsible.
Unlike me, but I do need armor, so.
I wanted my gun.
All right.
Cool. I think that's business included. I don't think anyone else is buying anything, right?
No, I'm done.
Other than potions, you guys are good. So, from Iselden, making the journey back down the river, it's going to take you a number of days long. Oh, God.
I already did.
There.
Sick.
Gelso's new hand crossbow is infused with the thing that was on her previous bow.
Okay. It'll take you 17 days to walk from Iselden to Dunloft. You can also, part of the way, if you wanted to, you could charter a river boat to make the walking easier. You just have to
Or to
travel
not
down
walk
the
at
river.
all. I'm for chartering the boat like we did before. It cut down travel time. How about I do this? How about I pay for the riverboat as a thank you to my friends for going on this dangerous mission with me?
Ooh. Yeah.
And I'll
Nobody has any problem with that.
I'll provide meals as well, but
Oh, I was gonna ask where Half-Link is, but I assume Half-Link is in Fort Merrick.
The what? The what? What'd you say?
My boat, Half-Link?
Oh, you left it behind at Dunloft.
Oh, well, then it's at Dunlop.
Yeah, you can
How
bring it
much-
with you
how
because
much
you
for the
were
riverboat?
teleported into a fire encounter.
Oh my God,
A riverboat ride down the river for half a month or more of travel will be like 2 gold.
2 gold? Oh hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang the hole upside down.
Perfect. Paid.
Say 2 gold. 2 gold per person is what I meant to say.
So 10 a day for 15 days, so 150
No, 2 gold per day
per person.
per person for 16 days.
Is 10 gold a day,
Oh yeah, because there's 5 of you. Yes, correct.
so
Sorry.
160.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That'll make that'll make your travel easier, so you don't have to hoof it. And traveling along the river, there won't be as many problem encounters in the woods. Let's say safer travel along the river.
Paid.
Cool. So, you guys eventually begin your journey back down the river on your barge. The captain of said barge. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. It's a small. It's basically like a small riverboat. There's not a whole lot of room. You guys are like sleeping on the floor. He has a canopy built into his boat, and he's also carrying some cargo because he does some merchant travel as well. So it's very cramped on board, but he takes regular stops each day to kind of moor the boat, and you guys kind of camp on the shore for the next half a month or so. And after some time floating down the river, doing everything you need to do, you eventually arrive back at Dunloft. Sparrow, you can see that your garden is almost done. There's a couple of poisonous plants that still need to be dealt with carefully before the new stuff can get installed, and some new soil needs to be put in. But they're pretty much almost done disposing with the old stuff and putting in the new. The rest of you guys have been gone for about a month on this whole thing, if I remember correctly, because you guys took about 2 weeks to do the Fort Embercross to... Oh no, it was about a week. It's about a week to get to the crater from Fort Embercross, so... You've been gone for the better part of 1 month. You have a few days before the end of this month, anyway. And you only have... I think this is like the end of fall at this point. So as you guys have been traveling, you notice that the weather is colder. The leaves are starting to turn on some of the trees. If they haven't already, well, they've already been turned, but the leaves are starting to fall off, and a lot of the trees are bare. There's a chill in the air. Most days, you're feeling the bite of winter slowly approaching. It won't be long before snow begins to fall and winter is set upon you. And according to the timetable that in the letter, you got about 3 months before whatever's supposed to go down from Durabar goes down.
Durabar.
Fuck.
Where's Durabar? Durabar.
Let me know when you find it, Hannah.
Oh, I found it. It's below Port Merrick.
Yeah.
In black.
It's in the mountains.
Not with a little band. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. So.
Dang, that's so close to my home.
So, has it been a month?
It's been a month.
Yeah. Did I get my armor?
You'll get your armor in a few days.
Oh,
from when you left the. Oh no, sorry. From when you left to Selden, no, it's been 16 days. So you should expect your new armor in about a week.
Okay, so we gotta
A
have
little bit
a
more
week
than a
of doing things. We should definitely read up on something.
Now you guys had Bastion shit in order, right? Like while you were away. Some of that definitely would have resolved by now. So you have I think 3 Bastion turns that would have resolved by now.
What the fuck? Oh, nice. So that's like a bunch of.
So why don't we take the rest of the session to do that upkeep, and then we'll call it.
Okay.
So you guys should have kept notes about what you left your people doing, or what you can do for those 3 weeks. So we'll go in Discord order, I guess. We'll say Kelso's up first.
I don't remember what the hell is going on.
So Sparrow.
Yes.
Sparrow's Bastion, you have a library and a garden that can do stuff. But your garden is out of commission for 2 of the Bastion turns. So you'd have 1 Bastion turn to do with your garden if you wanted to, otherwise it's the library.
Until we leave again, or since we've been gone?
Since you've been gone. So you took a week to get to Fort Embercross down to the crater. So that's your 1 turn that you got with the garden. But you sent the letter ahead in order to change out your garden, which makes it inoperable for the amount of time it takes to switch it out. So with that in mind, the 16 days or so that you're traveling from Selden back to Dunloft, garden no worky.
Garden no worky.
So just get 1 turn with the garden and 3 turns with the library if you can take it.
Okay. Oh, that 1 turn with the garden, I'd like to have. I forgot. It makes poison.
It makes poison passively, right? If you order it too, I think. Should probably pull up the Bastion rules. Hold on. Bastion turns. Bastion turn every 7 days. Let's see. Facilities. Garden. Gardens you can harvest to collect items from the garden, depending on what it is. Or you can enlarge your facility.
So then I will collect
Which you didn't. So you're collecting. You had a poison garden. So you can create either 2 vials of antitoxin or 1 vial of basic poison.
That's what I was. Okay, yeah. I'll do the vials of antitoxin.
Great. So antitoxin. As a bonus action, you can drink the antitoxin to gain advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the poison condition for an hour. It's an adventuring gear. You should be able to find it in the compendium. Drag it onto your sheet. Now the library has 3 turns, so the library was a research order.
Yeah, it had research stuff about giants.
That's what you said it to do, right?
Yeah.
So they did it's like a month's worth of research essentially on giants, because your library is operable for 3 turns. So as long as you're continuing that for 3 turns, then you're gonna get like 9 things of information about giants that were previously unknown.
I'll take that.
Let's see. So was this what was the like specifics of it? Where you just want to learn anything about giants?
I think it was like because I wanted to know. You guys realize the frog giant? I thought the giant was still the most.
Because like it says like to research a topic. The topic can be a type of creature. You obtain 3 accurate pieces of information about the topic that were previously unknown to you, and they share the knowledge with you next time you speak with them. So, I guess I would have to determine that. I guess you wouldn't get to decide. It's not very specific, unfortunately. So, here's what I'll say. You're going to get some information about giants. Your researcher that you have as part of your homestead gives you this. The history of giants is a long one. The giants were, according to legend, they were the original they were like the second wave of creators of this world. The legend goes that the gods created the world, and then they created what were called the Titans to help them create the world. But the Titans had their own ideas and started to mess things up on the planet and had to be dealt with. And there was a big war that happened. The Titans were diminished into what is now known as giants. And the giants, essentially their kingdom on this world fell to ruin slowly over time. And gave way to kingdoms of men and elves and dwarves and all that stuff.
And halflings.
Etc., etc. Halflings don't really have a kingdom, but sure, they exist.
Not when I'm done with this world.
Yeah, we'll see. Become queen of the halflings. So there's general information about giants, where they come from. The giants, number 2 information is the giants had a pecking order depending on which type of giant you were. It's determined by the type of giant you were. And this order was called the Ordning.
The ordering.
the Ordning with an N. And essentially it gave a hierarchy for giants to follow that were like, I'm more important than you, so I get to make more decisions, etc., etc. They're higher up on the totem pole. The order of those will be your 3rd piece of information. That is storm giants at the top, followed by cloud giants. Then I think it's stone giants after that. I could be wrong. Hold on. Let me actually look up the ordering to make sure I get it right. So hold on a second.
I think it starts with star giants.
No. Star giant. Okay.
And then air giants, and then cloud giants.
There's earth giants, fire giants, water giants, and air giants. And they all lived in harmony until fire giants attacked.
Okay, the order.
Damn fire giants.
Okay, in order. Storm giants at the top, followed by, in order, cloud giants, fire giants, frost giants, stone giants, and hill giants at the bottom. And then below them are lesser giants that are not really giants, but are kind of giants, such as Ettins, Fomorians, and Trolls. They share the giant type, but they are not true giants according to giant kind. And then within each slot among their own types of giants, they have their own ways of organizing themselves within their cast. So that'll be information number 3. Information number 4. Part of the legend of the giants and the whole Titans and the war that followed and everything. There was a during the war, there were several giants who were extremely powerful and very prominent that were not able to be diminished by the gods as they waged war on their own children, essentially. They were too powerful. They were created too powerful. They had amassed too much influence and power to be diminished. So the only recourse was to put them to sleep. So the legend goes, those giants are still, or those titans rather, are still asleep in different places around the world, and are to sleep for eternity. And if they were ever to wake, it would destroy the planet. Their vengeance would be such that it would absolutely wreak havoc on the mortal world and destroy everything as we know it. Information number 4.
Fascinating.
Information number 5. The giant's kingdom, as it diminished over time and gave way to man, the ordning of this world kind of fell apart. There is no structured giant hierarchy anymore. A lot of that organization was to help them as a society, but there really is no giant society anymore. They've kind of drifted off to the winds or fallen to, the different corners of the earth away from the rest of the world, and they're very seldom seen. The closest that you know about giants that exist are in the far north of this continent of Durabar, on the Isle of Havalnum. There's a colony of frost giants out there. In that area, in Easelcroft. That's where they make their home. And they're the closest to this society, and they make their living by raiding along the coast and, taking resources and supplies from unsuspecting villages and such. And enacting a little bit of anger out on the local populace for being relegated to, a backseat to the world. That's the closest we've got to giant kind existing in any organized capacity near here. So that's information number 5. Number 6 is the other closest colony is on the opposite side of the continent, on the bottom left of the map, on the Isle of Talnaron. That's an island pretty much exclusively populated and governed by fire giants. People do not have a say in what goes on there, and people do not want to go there in general. Fire giants are volatile, and they hate mankind, and anyone who's gone near their island has met with assault of massive catapults and giant ships chasing them down, chasing them off the island. So you do not go there unless you want to die. It's not a hospitable place. So that'll be up. That's number 6. Yes, number 7. Stone giants. That from relatively recent history, within the past 50 to 100 years, there was a land war between the two dwarven kingdoms over the Sarnor Mountains in the top right of the map, on the eastern coast of Durabar. And they didn't know what lived in that mountain, and turned out to be a stone giant colony that has been living under that mountain for who knows how long. That made it very difficult for them to try and take their land, and the stone giants chased off both parties, and eventually they had to call a truce.
Could you repeat what mountain that was?
The Sarnor mountain range. This whole mountain range over here. All of these mountains.
Okay.
So that whole mountain range was up for grabs. The dwarves were like, hey, we want some more land, we want some more mountains, there's probably treasure under there, we want to take over. They fought over it, and then they were third-partied by a bunch of giants, and made it very hard for them to claim that land as their own. and the stubbornness of dwarves meant that they were probably going to be destroyed. So there was a diplomatic effort made by the king of Lorenvale to put both sides at a ceasefire and prevent the stone giants from wrecking everything. What else? So that'll be number 7. Number 8, I guess. Interesting information about giants is that they have a method of casting magic and performing magic that involves a specific crafting practice called rune carving. You've seen this with Skeggy before with the fire giant, but essentially giants are able to, depending on their level of craftsmanship, imbue items and crafts with runic magic that they carve into the items themselves that give them different properties depending on which runes are carved into it. This is a craft that is not a prominent craft anymore. The giants kind of hoarded that to themselves, and then when they went away, so did the magic. It's very rare to see any kind of giant carving, crafting, anything, especially from mortal men. They don't like to teach their craft to anyone else, especially to mortal men, and they keep everything very close to the chest. There are some records that exist of dwarven runecraft, but no, it just means that he gave you an item in exchange for something. But he didn't teach you how to do it. That's the thing. It's like, I know how to do this. You will never be able to recreate it because I'll never teach you.
But I'll reverse engineer it.
You'll certainly try it, but you will fail.
Such colonizer mentality.
Or you can make better friends with the fire giant. Maybe he'll teach you a feat or two. I don't know.
So, from this information, is knowing how to read those runes the same as knowing the magic, or can you be able to read the runes without knowing how to carve it?
Well, reading the runes is just knowing giant. Knowing how to read and speak giant.
A learnable language, but okay.
Yeah, the runes themselves they're typically very simple concepts, like fire or cloud or hill or stone or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's all well and good, but knowing how to perform that magic takes a certain skill. Okay. Skill that they have not taught to anybody, so they keep it to themselves. There have been many attempts over the years to try and reverse engineer giant rune craft, but they have all failed. There is a specific method, a method of enchanting that the giants do not share. And trying to get one to share that with you requires quite the vote of confidence. You'd almost have to be considered like an honorary member of the Ordning at that point. They'd have to consider you like good enough to be on their level in order to teach you giant runecraft.
I just got to get on their level. Need a big step stool.
God, what else? I don't know. I really don't think there's much else I can tell you.
Okay, can I ask? So, how many items of knowledge is there left?
One. It's one more.
Can it be about either the frost colony or the fire colony? If there's more information about them.
There wouldn't be a lot of specifics. People don't go there. The only way they interact with them is when the giants are hostile, trying to keep them off their land. There's not been anybody who's really been there and back and made a record of it and lived to tell the tale. So there really wouldn't be any information about it.
Can they research if there's been any communication between what was his name? The King of Ehrenfell and that stone colony that was under the mountain?
King of what?
You said the King of Ehrenfell did the ceasefire so that they'd stop bothering the stone colony?
Lorenvale.
Lauren. Oh, sorry.
I was like, what the fuck is Ehrenvale?
I didn't capitalize the L, so it looked like an I.
Laurenvale.
Lauren.
Yeah. Just information about the King of Laurenvale? Is that what you're asking? What was it?
Like, I want to know if the King of Laurenfell has had any more interactions with the Stone Giants, or that place at all.
Oh, I mean, probably. I don't know if that necessarily pertains to giants, but that would have to be something that would be like about the king himself.
Okay.
He's a legendary figure in and of himself, so that's a different topic. But I suppose in relating to the giants, I suppose that you would learn that yes, that the king has had diplomatic relations with the giants for quite some time. He's been, as far as history goes, the same king that's ruling now has been the one that has been dealing with giant kinds since the rise of man as the prevailing ruling body on the planet.
Oh, damn, he's old as shit.
Yeah.
Old as shit.
He is. I don't know how old he is. Hold on. I have a timeline. He's close to like 900 or something like that. It's insane. Let's see. Yeah, he was crowned king 600 years ago. He was already like old around then. So, you know, he's up there. He's been around ruling the same kingdom for the better part of a millennia, for the better part of 1,000 years almost.
Does he have a name?
Yes. The King of Laurenvale is King Varden Galdorane, which I will spell in chat for you. Hold on. There you go. He has a host of his own accomplishments and shit that you'll have to learn about later.
Okay.
If you want to set that as your next research topic, you certainly can.
I would like them to research the. This is so much more specific than giant. I would like them to research the diplomatic relationships of kingdoms nearest to those 3 known giant kingdoms.
Okay. So we'll say broadly, let's just get a diplomatic map of the relationships between kingdoms on Dorware. Mm-hmm. And you'll learn 3 things about those in 7 days. Or however long. We'll see how many bastion turns we get at the end of the next, stint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll call it good there. It'll take a while. Alright, next up in line is Hannah. Or Eris. So you guys are in.
Hey, do you mind if Grant goes next really fast?
Yeah, sure. Grant, you can go.
Thanks.
Okay.
What do you have? You have an arcane study and a workshop. And you have 3 bastion turns per thing.
3 weeks of making books. So aka 3 books. And the workshop, I had them crafting spy glasses. Because it's cool.
Because they're expensive.
I need to start. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
But I didn't know if you knew that off the top of your head or not.
No, they're like 1,000 gold a piece or something like that.
Yeah, dude, they're like 1,000 gold a piece.
They're nuts.
Yeah. Or at least that's what I'll have them do. And then I wanted to ask, this is while I was saving my money, how do I expand and add rooms to my bastion? Like, what's the... I can't remember exactly. I was looking through the...
I have it in here somewhere. I'll find it. It says... If I scroll up here, there's a chart for it. If you're going from cramped to roomy, it is 500 gold in 25 days. If you're going from roomy to vast, it's 2,000 gold and 80 days. And that's for expanding a room. in terms of when
Yeah.
you get more rooms, you get 2 more additional special facilities at level 9.
Okay. So I want to expand. Let's see. I'll expand my workshop to. Let's see. You can enlarge your workshop to a vast facility. Yeah, so 2k GP. I'm okay with spending that on making my workshop bigger.
Okay.
I want to just start like mass producing items to eventually start selling.
So just keep in mind, when you enlarge a facility, there is no in-game benefit to enlarging a facility, but you can enlarge it for cosmetic reasons or to increase the size of your
Well,
property.
it says enlarging a facility. When you enlarge your workshop to a vast facility by spending 2k GP, the workshop gains 2 additional hirelings and 3 additional artisans' tools.
I'm reading basic facilities, that's why.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm looking at straight
Special
at the workshop.
facilities, yes. Okay, never mind. Yes, then yes, that can be done.
Yeah, so I want to spend two grand to do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's the cost, I think.
Yeah. It's all my platinum, which is perfect. And that takes 25 days, so in 20, let me write that down. 25 days, I'll have more, and I can just have them start mass
Well,
producing.
no, because your workshop would be roomy to vast, so it'd be 80 days.
80 days, okay.
Yeah.
To vast, 80 days.
So all your special facilities are roomy.
Sweet. So yeah, and then I can just start, so I'll have 2 more hirelings, just make me items that I can eventually sell.
Okay.
Cool.
So that'll be
That's-
basically you'll get that right before the world ends. in
Cool.
90 days.
Good shit. If we manage to save the world, I'll be making money.
All right.
Cool.
Now for the past 3 weeks you've been crafting shit, right?
Yeah.
Let me look at your
I
workshop.
don't want to have my
'cause-
workshop crafting in perpetuity.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is I don't know what your workshop can do as far as items.
Woodcarver, tinker, leatherworker, weaver, glassblower, carpenter.
Yeah, or you can craft anything that can be made with the tools you choose when added to the
Yeah.
workshop to your bastion using the rules in the player's handbook. So, crafting spyglasses means you have to pay the cost for spyglasses for 3 weeks,
Okay. Interesting.
which is you'd have had to do that beforehand.
Yeah.
So
So I can
you
do
should
that
have
going
notes
forward.
somewhere of what you actually did during those
I
3
don't
weeks.
remember. Yeah, I was looking for them. I don't remember what I did with my workshop. I remember with my arcane study. I had them just straight up not really doing anything because I have the arcane focus, and I went there and I got the inspiration, and then I didn't really have anything for them to do.
Okay,
'Cause
so
it's
if they're
level 9.
taking past turns, then we have to roll for past turns.
Well, like I'm saying, for those ones, I didn't have them do anything because.
Correct. So when they're
I
not
had
doing
already
anything, we take past turns. We just maintain.
Okay.
If you don't order them to do anything, then they go into maintenance mode,
Oh,
and then we roll for
I
events.
misunderstood what you said. Okay, yeah, past turn. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
So
works, that's fine.
3 weeks of bastion events essentially is how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
So roll me a D100. 15. Great. Everything's good. Roll again.
Ooh.
27. Everything's good. Roll again. 48. Everything's good. Roll again. No, you're good. You're done. That's 3 weeks.
Sweet. So yours is perfect.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it's a 50% chance for all is well, which means nothing happens. And then
Perfect.
anything above a 50 is stuff. It's stuff that happens.
Sick.
So you dodge
Alright,
you dodge
sweet.
some bullets, but also maybe some opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sweet.
So that's what happens there. So if you want to set your bet, if you want to give them the order to start crafting stuff in perpetuity, you can now.
Yeah, I want to get that order now.
Okay. So if you're crafting spyglasses, then we have to put up money for it.
Yeah. How much do I need to put up?
We'll see.
It's worth.
Crafting equipment. Crafting magical. You need tools, raw materials, and time, each of which is detailed to below. If you meet the requirements to make the item, you can use or sell it as normal price. You need a certain number of tools. You need certain types of tools to make certain items. You also need raw materials. To make an item, you need raw materials worth half its purchase cost, rounded down. So
Okay.
if it's a spyglass,
So 500. So I gotta put it 1500 right now, easy. Or at least, yeah, I'll put it 1500 now. So for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
okay.
Where did
And then it is a number of days to make an item. Divide its purchase cost by 10. So
10
it's
days.
1,000 gold divided by 10 days.
Okay.
You can also
I
combine
just
your
zeroed out my gold. Woo!
So for the next 3 weeks, every 10 days, they will make one spyglass. Or for the next, I guess, three, whatever.
Perfect.
So it takes 10 days to do it. So you do basically the next month.
Yeah, next month I'm making spyglasses. Then I
Yeah,
can
3
sell them, which will be
spyglasses.
cool though.
It'll be a lot of money.
Yep.
Spyglasses are 1,000 each. That's going to be some pretty good investment. You're going to double your money.
Yeah.
Cool. Now you're going to have to sell them, which means you're going to have to
Yeah.
go out and do that yourself because you don't have a storehouse to store them in.
Yep. But
So,
as soon as I hit level 9, the engine starts running.
It's game over. I'm breaking the economy of this
Level
game,
9.
and you can't stop me. All right, cool. What else did you have? You had an arcane study, right? You want to do anything with that?
Yeah, the arcane study, it doesn't really have it doesn't really have a lot that you can do. Because, like, I could have them crafting more books, but I am out of money, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then everything else is pretty much just you do the research stuff. So I'm going to leave them for now.
So whenever we come back to Bastions again, you're going to have past turns for those, and we're going to roll again on the
Yep.
D100 table.
I'll note that again as well. Alright,
So we're just maintaining it out.
Yep.
Okay. Hannah, you have what you want to do yet or no? Hannah?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
What do you want to do? So you have
I
what facilities? You got if I go to my notes, you have a garden and a sanctuary.
Yeah, so I've been making like healing kits and stuff, and I want to make those into potions. Is there a way I can like upgrade my like? I don't know. I kind of want to make like an alchemy station in a way.
Well,
So
you
that
can
it's
you can
not just
enlarge a
healing.
facility, which costs you a number of gold, and then it does more stuff. Or you can
okay.
wait till level 9 to get another facility that does other things.
Oh, okay. I'd rather probably just wait till level 9 then. So like, how many healing kits did I like?
So that's
Create
consistently
since-
what you've been doing.
Yeah.
You could it's basically 3 turns of harvesting, and you have an herb garden, right? So
Mhm.
you can
Alright,
create.
guys, I'm gonna run because I want to go hang out with my family, but that was fun. See you guys later.
Okay, see
Okay,
you later.
great.
Have a good.
I
Take care.
Everybody.
So it's either 10 healers kits or 1 potion of healing per 7 days. So you can have 3 potions of healing, or you can have 30 healers kits.
I'll just can't turn my healer's kit into like a potion of healing?
No,
Lame.
you can do one or the other.
So
not
how
both.
many potions of healing could I get with the
3.
just 3?
You get three
I'll just
three
do-
maximum. You can split them up between the 2 if you want to like mix and match.
Yeah, I'll mix and match.
how
I'll do
many
like
did you
2. I'll do like 2 potions of healing and 1 set of 10. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
So 10 healers kits and 2 potions of healing. Cool.
Okay.
Now your other thing, the sanctuary, has other stuff in it. Let's see. Menagerie.
I was doing something with like a staff.
You can create a magical charm, or you can craft sacred focuses. You can craft druidic staves.
That's what I thought I was doing.
Okay. So you can craft essentially 3 staves if you want to.
I'll do a 3 stabs. What am I gonna do with 3 stabs?
You can sell them.
Sell 'em.
True.
Sell them too. You don't
Money.
need. They work as druidic focuses, so you can use them to cast your druid spells. But other than that, no thanks. essentially what it is, it's a quarterstaff that allows you to use it as you can like cast spells through it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do one staff, and then I'll do. Did you say I could make like a charm?
Yeah.
I'll
So
do
well, that's
a charm.
after you spend a long rest in your bastion. So you essentially you sleep there, and then you get a charm that lasts for 7 days. So that's not what it like does over the time that you've been adventuring. So the other options for sacred foci are holy symbols. And if your shrine is to nature goddess, then you're essentially making holy symbols of Matara that you could then sell or use. Although you're not a cleric, so I don't know how you could use it.
Yeah, I'll just do the 3 stabs and then sell 2 of them and see what happens.
Okay, well, add 3 stabs to your inventory, and next time you visit a shop, you can try and hawk your stabs off on them.
Cool. So just magical staff?
Just type in druidic focus.
Okay. Like in the compendium?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then just add it to your thing and make it 3. Next up in the list is Daniel. Squat with a fucking skeggy.
Yep. Wait, are they supposed to roll for anything that happened?
No. You only roll for stuff that happens when you don't give your bastions an order to do something.
How long since we left our bastions?
It's been 3 bastion turns is what you have to work with.
Okay.
You already have a standing order for making plate mail, right?
Yes, but
so
also...
it's been a total of 23 days.
23 days. So oh gosh, it's the God. I still where are the? I wrote down some notes about what my bastion does, but I forget.
What do you have?
What it does. So I have written down
smithy
for
and
my
a storehouse.
House. I had them buy 500 gold pieces worth of items.
Okay.
Which they take 7 days to buy and then another 7 days to sell them, and I think it's at a 10% markup. I forget.
Yes, so when you sell goods from your storehouse, the buyer pays you 10% more than the standard price. The profit increases to 20 when you reach level 9, 50 when you reach level 13, 100 when you reach 17. So, essentially, you purchased the items, they sold them. You're sitting on 550 is what you get back.
50 gold pieces.
That's what you get back. So profit of 50 gold, and then you have 1 week of nothing happening unless you gave them another 500 gold, which I don't think you did.
No, I didn't have it, no.
Okay, so we're going to take 1 pass turn on that, but we'll come back to that later. And the other thing was your workshop, which is continuously making plate mail, so that's...
Yeah, so how many days were we gone total?
26. Or sorry, 23. 23 days.
118 minus 23.
95.
95 days left to go.
Okay. So if you're lucky and you save the world, you'll get your armor after Winter's End.
How fucking great.
Yeah. Okay. So then we got to do one maintenance turn for your bastion. So go ahead and roll a D100 for me. $45. Everything's fine. Cool. Only one person left, and that's Bellamere. So Bellamere, you had
go through
an arcane study and what?
Library.
A library, right? Okay, and you set the library to do research. So.
Yeah, I've got all the topics. I mean, do you want to go through this now? We can always go through it.
You're the only one left, so let's do it now.
So, according to my notes, Tem is making a book a week.
Okay.
So, we've been gone for a month, I guess?
You've been gone for essentially 3 bastion turns. So you have 3 books that they've made in that time.
3 books, okay. So he has 3 books.
I don't know how much money you gave them to make those books.
I already paid for it. I took it out of my money.
I know, but how many books did you pay for is the question, because they'll continuously do it after this as well.
I think I paid for 10 books.
Okay, so then we have another 7 Bastion turns to go on book making then, unless you want to switch them up. But...
Yeah. No, I want him to keep making books, because eventually I'm going to marry the research that I'm asking to be done and turn those into books.
Okay, got it.
So the blanks,
all right, so what's your research then?
Books, so there's 8 topics, and they're not very specific. Well, they're kind of specific.
Okay, so you're gonna pick. You got essentially three weeks of that. You've got 3 weeks of that. Each week gives you 3 previously unknown pieces of information about the topics. So.
I mean, are you prepared to go through?
Depends on the topic. We'll see. We'll see.
Three pieces per week.
Yeah. For whatever topics you told him to go.
72 pieces of information.
Well, you get 3 turns to go through, so it's 9 pieces of information you get.
I made a list of 8.
I know, but these are topics, and I'm giving you 3 things about each topic. And
okay.
You get one topic per week is essentially what I'm doing for you.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
So pick a topic.
Okay, first topic is Shadow Steel.
Okay, so 3 things about Shadow Steel. That were previously unknown to you when you gave the order. Shadow Steel is not a new thing that's popped up. There's a history of cursed items that has dated back hundreds of years. And Durabar is not the only crafter of cursed items. Sometimes cursed items have been made by vengeful gods or tricky jinn or other creatures from beyond the pale. But Shadow Steel is unique to Durabar. They are the only manufacturers of it, and their particular brand of curses are transformative. So if you're exposed to Shadow Steel for too long, you transform into creatures. Sometimes the ghouls, but also other things as well, depending on the curse.
Okay.
So that's one. One topic
That's
done.
one.
One topic done. It's three pieces of information.
Okay. Next topic, Asqua.
Asqua. Let me pull up my notes for Asqua just so I get it right here, but it's not a lot to do with that one. Stations. Autumn Hall, Totten Wall, Port Myrick. Dunloft, Asqua. Asqua is a relatively new town. It was founded maybe 30 years ago-ish, as part of the Concord's bid to expand their influence within their own territories. Asqua is primarily a trading stop for the most part. There's not a whole lot to do there. It's like a stopping point for people traveling from Port Myrick into the center of the continent to Lornvale. And the previous senator of Asqua was murdered by a band of thieves, and is now the senatorship has been taken up by a new person since about a couple years ago. So he's only been the senator for a couple years.
I mean, does he have a name?
Yes, Senator Kenwick Pace. For reference, this is something I'll give you for free. Each essentially major quote-unquote settlement in the Concord has a senator that then has voting power and represents their constituents in Autumn Hall at their council. That's their ruling body. So every every few months, there's a meetup of senators where they all travel to Autumn Hall at once and hold court and decide kind of how the Concord should divvy up resources and what should be done with certain towns, etc., etc. So each settlement, each major settlement has a senator in and of itself. The only one that does not currently is Dunloft because it's so new and so small. If Dunloft gets any bigger, then it will have a senator of its own, but for right now it does not.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Port Merrick.
Oh boy. Alright, Port Merrick. Well, you know a couple of things about Port Merrick already, so I'll try to go over some stuff. I'll give you a choice. You'll learn 3 things. You can learn about people, or you can learn about places.
Within Port Merrick, you mean?
Yes.
I'd say people.
Yeah. You can mix and match too. If you want to learn like 2 things about people and 1 thing about places, you can. Up to you.
Oh, let's do 3 people.
Okay. The senator of Port Merrick is named Senator Helga Orfilia. She is a descendant of one of the she's a descendant of one of the members of Cameron Corellis's adventuring party. Cameron Corellis being the person who essentially stabilized the region. Him and his adventuring party stabilized the region and allowed the Concord to be formed in the first place, where before it was a lawless frontier. She does not take after her ancestors. She's not an adventurer or warrior or anything like that. She is mostly just a socialite in her spare time, other than running the city and doing what she does. She often hosts lavish parties at her mansion that overlooks Port Merrick from a hilltop. She's known for essentially commiserating with merchants. It's like her big thing. Port Merrick is a major mercantile town for the Concord. A lot of trade goes through Port Merrick. As far as the other stuff, I think that's as much as I can give you. Three things about her is as much as I can do. You already know about the Drummogens because of your hireling.
Yeah.
You're aware of them, and they're the other like big player in town that's like out in public. So.
Okay. Okay, next
I
one.
think that was 3.
Okay.
There's 3 topics. That's what you got. So if you want to keep them researching,
okay, yeah.
Then for the
Keep
next
them
bastion
researching.
turns, yeah, for the next amount of bastion turns, like cross those off your list and get the next ones ready for the next bastion turns that come after that.
Yeah, I got the list.
Yeah. Okay.
List
Cool.
is ready.
So
Okay.
with that upkeep done, and with the rest of your adventures on the horizon, you guys can decide what you're going to do next time we play. We're going to end it here for now, and then when we come back, you guys can continue on your journey into the
Awesome.
unknown.
Thanks,
Until then,
G.
I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.